I am not a micro focused player. Give me the shot calling. Let's talk big picture strategy here.
Yeah, go super. Well, we can spend like 10 minutes talking about vision while the chat's like popping off about something that happens. We'll just be like, oh hey, look, they cleared that control board.
Oh, I love doing that. I'll stop and I'll be like, all right, it's so many minutes into the game. Let's do a quick checkup on vision. Who's got what down? Where are the pink wards?
All right. Well, we've got some time to kill because KP's support isn't here.
Good. Maybe my coffee will be done by then.
I love how we're just talking nonchalantly about absolutely nothing on stream right now. It's great.
Are we live right now? Are we live?
Yeah, we're live right now. Yeah, we're live.
Cool. We are live to how many people?
Right now 11. I think that's including me though, so 10. It's probably including Amo as well.
I did
not
too.
me.
So, okay. Welcome everybody. There we are.
No,
Looks like we got everyone in
ready
lobby now.
And draft is starting. Yay. Okay, Corky ban, that's pretty expected. I mean, if they're going with that, they're probably going to ban Silas as well. Because those are Mansford's two most played.
That was my understanding as well.
Yeah, no, go for the Amumu ban instead. I mean, Amumu's pretty good, especially with the Cinderhulk buffs this patch. Like, he CCs so much, and just the AoE damage can get pretty ridiculous with his passive lowering MR.
I'll be honest, I didn't really enjoy playing against him before the Cinderhulk buffs.
I mean, fair.
Solid set of mid laners, junglers coming out here in all the bans. I guess we have top coming out from KP, Orin and Set being taken away. Both of them pretty solid bans on their own. I don't know how many Orins you guys have played against recently, but I try to avoid it.
Yeah, just permaban that champion. It's so broken. You know, it's kind of interesting to see the Silas ban come out, though, because I did notice that a couple people on Shien were actually practicing it, top and jungle were, so I was thinking maybe they were just going to try and pick it away, but just first rotation ban it, I guess. So, we have Nautilus support into the immediately Morgana Caitlyn, which pretty much makes the Nautilus useless in lane. He should still be able to roam around, depending on what ADC they pair with it. They can still get lane prio and shove into that. But depending on if they pick something passive like an Ezreal instead, then the Nautilus is going to have a really bad time because he's just going to be stuck in that lane getting harassed all game.
Nah, looks like misfortune. So they are going to try and use the Nautilus to lock people down and then follow up with the misfortune R. That'll be a little difficult with the Morgana Black Shield though.
Yeah, but you do have like a very early game focus composition though from SS because you have Nautilus, Olaf, MF. That's like really online around like the 15-minute mark is like your like strongest point in the game, and after that Olaf starts falling off. But MF is very strong early, and so is Nautilus at all points in the game. So definitely looking to make stuff happen.
We'll just see those two keep ramping up.
Yeah. So pretty much all the mid lanes comfort is gone here.
We don't have a lot of mid laners on either side left.
Yeah. Veigar ban coming through I like because Mansford's Veigar is disgusting. It's like you just go Glacial Veigar and stuff all the engage. That being said, Olaf is really good into Veigar, so I don't think it was really a necessity to get rid of because Olaf can just kind of run at him and single him out before the fight even starts.
So this is something like 6, 7, 8 maybe mid laners that have been banned out in this draft so far, depending on how you count who.
You know, it's a lot.
I'm not sure I've seen this many mid laners taken away in a ban phase yet.
Technically speaking, 9 of these champions could reasonably go mid, and I wouldn't question it. Like everyone but Amumu, I could see being a mid lane.
Right, Set's the only one that I have a little question mark on.
Well, I mean, Set can mid lane into specific matchups because he's basically like it's the same thing he does top lane. He just kind of sits there. He'll trade a little bit, but mostly he's just there to survive. And then come mid game, he's just this beefy front line that does true damage that you can't really get rid of.
So now that we've banned out 9 mid laners, the remaining are Anivia on the side of Shien Samurais and Orianna on the side of Kamikaze Penguins.
So they've actually made a really interesting combo there with the Anivia wall for
Anivia Camille.
Yeah.
I've always wanted to do that with like maybe like a Trundle support Anivia AD cheese, just pillar E.
Yeah. See, that's the reason that Camille is a counter to Ornn is because Ornn pillars, and then Camille can just E off the pillar and it cancels the Ornn E, so he isn't able to actually get the knockup onto her, and then she can outtrade. But yeah, no, it's gonna be an interesting one because this is the rematch from the finals of last season from Shurima, I believe, right? Because they both jumped down. So, bit of history there, and then season 0, I believe, both these teams. Well, no, I believe SS was in Shurima while KP was in Noxus. So, not going back 2 seasons, but going back last season. There's some history there.
Do you want to take a look at just the total comps here? We walked through them as they were being picked, but as you mentioned, it looks like Shien's just drafted kind of a 10 to 15 minute team where they'll start coming online about then, and then they picked up Anivia and then the Camille to kind of carry them through the late game. And then I'm liking the double ball delivery system on Kamikaze Penguin's side here. With both Zach and Malphite, this Orianna's just salivating, looking at piles of people to drop the ball onto. But if I'm honest, I'm not even sure there's really going to be piles of people from Shien Samurai. They look like they want to spend a little bit of time splitting and diving.
This MF is going to have a bad time. Like, she's never going to get to press R. Zach, Orianna, Malphite, she's just going to be like... You have to be like 5 miles away, and even then, Zach can still knock you out of it. That's really rough.
It is.
But like, as far as team fights go, I think KP has a bit of an edge. But like, MF ult, if she can actually get it off, is very strong. Anivia is good at team fighting, but probably not quite as good as Orianna. Morgana and Nautilus both can destruct a lot.
I think it'll depend on how well Anivia uses her wall. Unfortunately, because they have those two, the Zach, the Malphite, that wall may not actually do a lot when you can just hop over it.
Yeah, not particularly much. I mean, I expect them to go for a 4-1 for SS and just have Camille on the side lane because nobody on KP realistically can match a Camille.
I agree.
Giga fed. So you're probably just going to see Camille on the side lane, Anivia sitting mid lane and clearing waves, and maybe the rest of the 3 grouping on the rest and go for like a bit of a 1-3-1. But like you wouldn't want Anivia on a long side lane though because she can very easily get caught out.
Yeah. It'll be interesting to see if Zach recognizes that as a win condition for Shien Samurai and spend some time top lane to try and shut her down or at least slow Camille's ramp. Malphite can sit there and just build armor for a little while, making him resistant to Camille until she gets too much true damage on her Q.
Honestly, I want the Malphite to, instead of going Aftershock, go Comet and just Q max in lane, because then you can beat the Camille early before she gets like 4 or 5 points into Q.
Yeah.
If you just go Comet, Q her off cooldown, then she'll actually have a hard time CSing and laning into you, and you can just kind of sit there and wait for the Olaf to come and walk away. Like that's your best bet here, is just to try and keep the Camille from CSing and then go for the 5v5s later without having a massive split push threat. If you can just keep the Camille from getting ahead, I think KP has the better composition.
Yeah, I would tend to agree with that. We're sitting here waiting on spectator delay. It's about 2 minutes and 45 seconds left, and after that, we'll figure out if what our Malphite's plan is here. Running down the list, I don't see any strange summoners on either side. Double teleport on the side of Shien Samurais, and single teleport, and with Orianna opting for the barrier on KP side. Both bot lanes have similar summoners. As many of you know, the exhaust just hasn't been all that useful lately, and so it's not a surprise that both of them are here taking Ignite.
Exhaust did recently get buffed.
And I still haven't seen it used.
I think it's actually really undervalued in the current meta, actually. Like, Exhaust is really good right now, and, like, no one's taking it. Like, obviously, you wouldn't want to take it on someone like Morgana because you're never going to really be up that close and personal. But, like, if you take it on Nautilus and just hook in and exhaust the Orianna, then that Shockwave doesn't do anything. She has to hold it or just do half damage with it. Like, I think it's actually really strong now that it lasts longer.
That's a good use case for it. When I would take it, I only offer all support, so maybe take this with a grain of salt. But my interest in exhaust is mostly in things like all in comps. So if you have somebody who's trying to dive you backline, that's what I would use it for.
I mean, yeah, I can see if you are like a mid lane, you can take exhaust if like Zed's gonna dive you and use exhaust on when he comes out of R, but
there I think barrier's better if you're mid lane.
Yeah,
but
exactly.
I'm talking specifically in the support role. If you're a really peel focused support, that's when I think it might be useful.
Yeah, maybe. I just think Ignite is really overvalued now. Like, there are definitely use cases for Ignite against Exhaust, but how things currently are with Exhaust, I think it's really undervalued right now. Turn up Ammo's volume. All right, bud.
All right, we've just turned up Ammo's volume 100%.
All right. So, lane matchup wise, we already went over. Malphite can probably win lane if he goes Comet, but if not, then Camille will probably win lane. It's as far as jungle goes, it's really the onus is on the Olaf here because Zach can scale really hard and go for those team fights. If Olaf doesn't get a kill or two early and snowball a lane, he's really gonna fall off, and their team fight's not that good. You'd be like completely relying on the Camille split push at that point. So
Absolutely agree.
yeah, definitely gonna be watching Butter Freelo. I don't know exactly what routes they like to go, but I would expect them to go like Blue Gromp Wolves top, because that would be like how you would snowball the Camille. You also need blue to really clear effectively as Olaf. So maybe that's gonna be the plan here, but not entirely sure.
Yeah, so I think he really has two options. He can either do it like what you were saying there. He can do a three camp clear to level 3 and then gank top, or his other option is to do a 1 or 2 camp and then go invade the Zac. Depends on if you know where Zac is starting. So we'll take a look here at the early vision that gets put down if the Olaf can spot Zac out.
Lethal Tempo Olaf.
Yeah, that's an interesting choice. I don't actually see a lot of lethal tempos outside Ezreal anymore. So I don't know when it's strong or not.
Lethal Tempo is good on like it's good on Callista. It's sometimes good on Nidalee, depending on matchup. But like,
good on
Olaf
Callista. That's
is
a lot.
Yikes for me. Yeah,
looks like Malphite did opt for the Comet.
Yeah, so definitely just gonna be looking to harass up there in top lane. Orianna Anivia is just gonna go even. Anivia might get a bit of a CS lead because she has TP advantage, assuming she doesn't get destroyed by Zac because she doesn't have combat sum. And then bot lane is just going to be farm. Nautilus shouldn't get an engage, and I guess if Morgana gets a bind, you can trap it, but otherwise that shouldn't really go either way too hard.
It's a little bit of friendly jiving going on in chat here. You're about to be on.
Yeah, okay, Alex, I see you.
As a jungler, I key for smite. F should be the most important key on your keyboard, so I am the D smite. I am the D smite player.
Everyone should be the D smite player. F is for flash.
I'm sorry, D flash player.
Oh god.
Minions have spawned.
And since jungle is my primary role, that means all the time my off summoner is on F.
I can't believe you've done this.
Hey, duo works. Olaf does have a ward down on Zac's blue buff, so they'll see that Zac is starting bot side. One of the things that Olaf can actually do right now is if Zac goes directly to his just with red.
My game is taking absolutely ages to load up, by the way, so this is all on you until it finally does.
Alright. Well, let me know when you are, and then we'll go over timing. Alright, so junglers both opting for camp and buff, although both of them have taken their camp that does not allow them to get level 3. So Zach went blue wolves and Olaf went red chickens. The buff after the second buff that they take will not get them level 3 now.
Yeah. If Olaf goes Gromp though, then he'll hit 3. If he decides to
he's opted for wolves.
Okay, so he's just full clear then.
It looks like both junglers are full clearing.
Drugs, yeah. I'm still sitting at 80%, so I'm just watching the stream.
Oriana's moved up, and she now has a ward down on Olaf at blue buff.
Camille is really just destroying this Malphite top lane. Yikes. Already
getting the early roam off,
yeah,
and she's just gonna E away.
Corrupting pots already at like 2.5 minutes. Why is this taking so long? Just sitting at 80%. We'll get there eventually, I believe.
Here's the invade we were hoping for.
Did Zach just hit the Krug with the red buff?
Oh, Zach's clear?
Yeah, when Zach was clearing red, he queued the Krugs and autoed red.
Yeah, that's a very common trick that Zach can do, actually. He'll use his Q on the Krugs and use that for extra blob generation.
Yeah, like, I'm used to seeing that with, like, the Gromp, but I don't think I've ever seen someone take Krugs and red at the same time.
Looks like Zach's gonna pick up the first blood here. Eating and flashing onto Butterfree to take away Olaf's early game advantage.
Yeah, refreshed his double buffs with that too. Yeah, so
what's your
Olaf anymore?
What's your time by the way?
Oh, I'm still stuck at 80%. I'm just watching the stream.
Gotcha. Maybe
so
try and reload that then.
Yeah. Oh, okay, what's your timestamp at so I can see like how it compares to the stream?
We are at 4:20 mark.
Okay, the stream is like 10 seconds behind then. That's alright.
10 seconds behind? What's stream at right now?
The stream is like 10 seconds behind, so I'm not like awful by any means, but yeah.
Well, no, but I'll skip back by a couple seconds if I'm gonna spoil it.
Reconnecting now, so we'll try and get there.
Alright. A little bit of trading going on here in bot lane. The misfortune Nautilus just being able to poke.
Yeah, Caitlyn doesn't have all that much AD yet, so she can't really out harass. So you kind of just have to let the Nautilus shove in with E and lead a bit of pressure there. Looks like they might be going for Dragon.
Yeah, maybe they just wanted to get that deep ward first, and they're gonna start it up here. Morgana and Caitlyn are kind of stuck in lane after having been shoved in. 3 people on Dragon, this should be pretty easy to take down.
Zach is taking Krug, so he's in no position to contest whatsoever anyway. Yeah, so first drag goes over.
Like Olaf's gonna follow up the Dragon with a gank here, but he's pretty far out, and he gets caught up in a queue. Where's the trap? There's the trap. Overextended there. He was a little bit ahead of his laners.
Yeah, they caught him out the ward in bot river, so saw him coming and just hit him with the thing. Alright, looks like my game has finally decided to load.
Congratulations.
Yeah, I know. It's impressive, isn't it?
I like what Zach's doing here. They saw Olaf bot, and so Zach's just going to go ahead and take the rest of Olaf's top side so that he's got nothing to come back to. Olaf, I don't believe Olaf knows where Zach is, but he seems to be smart enough to understand that his top side is forfeit, so Butterfree is just going to go for his Krugs here.
Okay, I am now at 6 minutes and 35 seconds. Are we good?
Alright, you are 1 or 2 seconds ahead of me, but that's okay.
Alright, should be fine. Alright, it only took us 6 minutes to get the game to load. New record. Personal best or something, I don't know. So...
CS looking relatively easy across the board, except for top lane.
Yeah, you got about a 500 gold lead for Zach in the jungle, but that just comes from the first blood.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's about 1,000 gold lead for KP early, so it's... I mean, you gave away the dragon, but at the same time, I don't think that Ocean is going to be that detrimental. Like, it makes your lane phase harder, but I don't think anyone besides Malphite is actively trying to poke out anyone in lane anyway.
Right.
So, I mean, it helps the Camille get to the point that she can split push easier, but other than that, it doesn't really mean anything.
Right, so we have kind of like a win and a loss on this side of Shien so far, and that Olaf hasn't been able to do anything. In fact, he's kind of gotten shut down this early game, but Camille also is having the safe-ish lane phase that she needs in order to become a...
She's up 24 CS, like, that's a yikes. It's a really big CS lead. That's like, what, 1.5 kills worth of gold?
Alright, it's time for your 8-minute vision check.
Let's take a look at for coming in bot lane with the Orianna. Gets hooked so you can't get the shockwave off the...
Yeah, they've got
MF good... was way too aggressive and stepped forward back into it anyway. That's a bit of a misplay there from Slattery. Just kind of avoided the gank, but decided to go aggressive and trade back.
Oh, Nautilus picks up the return.
Yep, picked it up with Ignite. Let's see, Anivia's getting plates mid lane.
And they will also get the plate bot.
Yeah. I don't think Anivia can get 2 though, so she has to back out. Looks like Olaf's going for the Herald though. So getting something on the other side of the map.
Good on him. I don't know if they know if Zach is bot or not. I don't know if he was spotted out on that.
Well, they definitely know he's mid now.
Line brush.
Alright, and that gives Olaf level 6 off the Herald as well, so now we can start going for ganks and not worry about getting Morgana binded. Malphite is really far back in that lane. His wave keeps shoving into the Camille, so he has to keep giving up CS. There's nothing you can really do about it. Now he's getting ulted by her. But then Camille takes like 3 tower shots anyway, yeah. Questionable engage there, but... Oh, Camille's just...
Counter engage.
Malphite still has R.
What actually, no, was that interaction?
Yeah, that was...
Yeah, that Q was
Malphite didn't have R there, actually. Orianna's ult's up in like 2 seconds, though. Yeah, it just came back off cooldown, so if they
want to try and re-engage.
Yeah. Kills the Olaf. Oh, it doesn't kill the Olaf. Didn't get the E off in time. Dies to the tower shot. Oh, that feels bad. Orianna Shockwave left him on like 15 HP, and she didn't get the E through before he managed to walk behind the ball. Yeah, I mean, well played, I guess, by Olaf not accepting fate and managing to get away before Orianna realized her burst wasn't as high as she thought. Still goes down to Zach, Ying afterwards, but trades 1 for 1.
So Malphite has picked up a Catalyst as his first item. Either that means that he just wants to really double down on the mana for the Q poke, or he's going to build something like a Roa.
He almost kills the Camille top lane. It's out on 50. Burns flash for it though. I would expect it to be Abyssal Mask. I don't think Roa is good here.
It's possible, but he doesn't have a lot of magic damage to defend against.
Caitlyn forced to flash away. I mean, it's been a pretty even game so far. It's only 1,000 gold lead at 11 minutes. That's by no means insurmountable. And the gold is kind of in awkward places for KP as well, because you have the most gold on your team on Zach, or I guess he's 30 gold under Caitlyn, but he effectively has the most gold on your team, and that's not exactly what you want. That. Oh.
Zach missed his Q there. He had a wonderful engage, Eing onto 4 different people, but looks like he Q'd a minion.
I mean, Oriana's just getting free plate gold this entire time while SS is just sitting bot lane, twiddling their thumbs because they can't really get anything.
Yeah.
They're being all those people down there.
Ori was getting plate gold mid, and Malphite was getting plate gold top.
Malphite resets and Camille just gets plate gold right back though, so I don't think that really matters.
Put a lot of work into.
Oriana might get a 3rd plate middle because they're still bot lane.
Nivea just now
finally
backing.
manages to get back. She has TP, but yeah, Ori picks up that 3rd plate mid lane. Yeah, that leaves her with about a 400 gold advantage over the Anivia now.
Interestingly enough, Anivia's not actually behind in terms of CS.
Camille's going in on Malphite again. Trade pretty evenly.
Second Drake's gonna go over to KP side.
That's actually really nice for them. Their ults are like really big as opposed to SS, whose ults really don't matter all that much. Having that lower ult
is that wombo combo.
Yeah, for Oriana, Malphite, Zac. Like, that's definitely big. Looks like we have Infernal Rift. That actually really favors SS. They, like, not because of Infernal Drakes themselves, but just because of the map state. It's really nice as Olaf, especially, to have an open map because you don't need to worry about people flashing over walls. You can just keep running at them because all the walls are on. That's also true a bit for Anivia because now that all those corridors are open, she can just block them off again.
Like Malphite had to ult to get out of a sticky situation top, so quite it has. Looks like the CS difference is now 35.
Yeah, it's getting up there. And it gets another plate as well, probably 2. Starting to become like completely
unhandleable.
Yeah. Right now she's sitting on about 1,500 unspent gold, so that's Shien and like a longsword towards her Triforce as well. That or she could go like Shien and a Null Magic and build Mercs, and then Malphite can't even really harass her out. She already has the Hex Drinker, so it's just even going to become even more difficult. Meanwhile, bot lane.
First ult come out from Misfortune.
It's actually a really close fight. Caitlyn trades the 1-for-1. Nautilus flashing over the trap, but not going to be able to catch the Caitlyn. That's just about every summoner spell used bot lane. MS Flash is just about to come back up though, so they'll at least have an advantage for about a minute and a half until Caitlyn's comes up.
I actually wouldn't be sad to see Camille do so or build some MR here at the moment. She is against a team that is almost entirely magic damage.
She's TPing for the fight mid lane. She doesn't get the flash E off to catch Oriana though, unfortunately. Malphite's coming into help.
Interesting play by Zac there, who just sat there and tanked turret for...
Nautilus mid now. Yeah, this is just a fiesta. Okay, I mean, it goes to SS in the end, but that was just a lot of running in circles. I don't know. Nobody on KP really got a big ultimate off there.
Interesting. I most definitely saw an exhaust on demand, but he has an exhaust. Oh, he had
it was
Anivia from Anivia.
Yeah. Yep.
So exhaust does make it into this game.
Yep. No, but that was just SS was doing a good job of not grouping up, so Malphite couldn't get a big ultimate, Oriana couldn't get a big ultimate, and then once you don't have either of those ultimates up anymore at all, then it's pretty simple for Anivia and Camille to just bounce around and eventually pick up the kills.
Yeah, they're gonna need to keep up with that.
Out top though.
They're gonna need to keep up with splitting or a split sort of team fight where they're not grouped up to prevent
Camille
the rest.
Dodges the Zaki with R. But
well played.
I don't know if she can get out. If she jumps the wall, Oriana's waiting for her too. Yeah. Unfortunately, the shutdown goes to Zac. He has 4 of their kills. He's up 1,500 gold on Olaf. But that's still not really where you want that. I feel so bad for Mansberg in this game because he's really been like in everything. He has the highest KP on his team, but he hasn't gotten any of the gold for it.
Right.
Yeah, plus
Done a really good job roaming around.
Yeah. Just feels bad to not get anything for the effort you're putting in.
Olaf had to burn Flash to get out of the Rift Herald fight. That'll be down for the coming.
Alright, Mystic Wave just showed up, asked what he missed. Not a whole lot. Very underfed Olaf, a very fed Zac, and I mean, not much else. The Camille's strong on the side lane. Dragons are even, Gold's fairly even. It's just a pretty balanced game state.
Looks like they're going to make a play for Dragon here. Zac popped Rift Herald top without a wave, so it's basically going to do nothing. And he's going to run.
Yeah, Zac's not in the team fight. Malphite got walled off, so he couldn't, so he pretty much just had the ult in there with no follow-up. But it looks like it went much better for KP than I would have expected. Fight got split off really hard, so Caitlyn managed to kill the Olaf and maybe the Anivia on the side before Camille and Nautilus could get back. Looks like they get back in time to save Anivia. So all around it's a 3-for-2 in favor of Shien, but still these fights are like really disjointed. The front line's never in place for KP, and I feel like if they were, they'd just be winning them.
Anivia's picked up Smite for this fight here.
Yeah, and Zac got caught out by the Camille R, so yep, gonna be a free dragon for Shien. I'm surprised Olaf actually finished Warrior and is going for Black Cleaver. At this point, you should really just go Cinderhulk Redemption Olaf and just play to not die. Like, you're so far behind at this point. He has the least gold in the game other than Morgana, I think. Okay, Malphite also has the last. Other than Malphite and Morgana, he has the least gold in the game, and that's just because Malphite has no CS and Morgana's a support. Like, even his Nautilus has more money than him. Very unfortunate.
So pretty resounding win from that last 5 minutes from Shien. Zac had to drop the Rift Herald top. I'm not sure he had to, but he did, and got nothing out of it other than unpushing a wave that was shoved into his tower. So a couple of waves to pick. And they lost Dragon and the resulting team fight.
Yeah, Zac is going Warmog's second item, which is a bit odd to me, especially with how AD heavy KP is, or SS is. Like, it feels like a mistake to not go an armor item first, especially because you're not even at the Warmog's heal threshold yet.
No, he's sitting at 2600 health.
Close to it. Yeah, he's like 400 away. That's not even like a ruby crystal. That's like a giant spell away from it.
I would agree. I would look for more.
SS is just
they're gonna
sneaking
start up the Baron.
Yeah.
There's no vision around. They don't have any good.
Zac is sitting on a ward on Krugs. They know exactly where he is.
And they know Camille's bot split pushing, so they don't have a lot of reason to suspect this either.
Well, it looks like Zac's going to check it, but he's going to be too late. Yep.
What a take. It's a good job by Shien.
And if you thought this Camille on the side lane was scary before, well, now she's got Baron. Now you can't just ignore her.
Throwing axes, and with Anivia R, that goes down relatively quickly, even at 20 minutes.
This is really scary for KP now, because no one can answer Camille unless you send like 3 people, and even then she probably just walks away. It's really hard to actually lock her down and kill her. And then if you don't have all 5 together, I don't think you win the team fight, because every team fight's been close, but it's just because they keep showing up late with their 5th member. So maybe they can take a 5v4 while Camille's on the side lane if SS is out of position, but even then it feels unlikely. The only like good news here is that the gold lead isn't like super big. It's only like 4k right now. It's still relatively even. So if you can just stall out the Baron without letting them take too much, then you're still in a decent position.
Gotta imagine that's gonna change pretty fast, though.
Yeah, looks like they are going
here's
for the
the
Q
fight.
fight. Zach's engaging on MF, but misses the Q. Malphite's going in on Anivia, though. Flashes the Shockwave. Orianna almost just straight up dies to the MF all. Caitlyn does. That's a 3v5 that SS just won. And then Orianna gets hooked afterwards.
Actually, Olaf has dropped to the side lane now, and we have him split pushing.
Well, yeah, I know. That's what I mean. It was a 3v5, and they completely wiped them. Like, yeah, that if this is solo queue, you just go next. Like, if you can't win
Not a lot to do at this point.
Yeah, if you can't win a 3v5 fight, and you can't beat either of the split pushers on the side lane, the game's just over. They're gonna lose at least. They're gonna lose at least 2 inhibs here, maybe just the game. Yeah, mid inhib goes down. Top inhib goes down. Are they gonna keep going for it, or are they gonna back out? Looks like the call's to reset. That's fair.
Yeah, from them, I'm resetting here and heading straight to Dragon, which looks like it's gonna be up here in less than 40 seconds.
Yep. Get that second Infernal Dragon. Your Anivia is really strong now. Almost has full Roa stack. She's like 2 minutes away from that.
Malphite did wind up going to Roa, by the way.
I don't really agree with that, especially with how late he got it. He got it 20 minutes, and he's building more AP after the fact.
The AP build.
Yeah, I don't think that that's the best course of action at all for the Malphite.
I would like to see him build something like the Frozen Fist.
Yeah, just build some health and build some armor. Yeah, like, no amount of AP is going to make you beat Camille. Looks like we have a team fight going. Malphite gets a 2-man knockup, but it's on the front line. Camille's in the back line, just completely destroying the Orianna. Caitlyn goes down to the Camille too. Camille literally face tanked 3 people and killed 2 of them.
And that's a clean ace from Shien Samurais.
Good.
Who can just walk mid now and finish the game.
Just honor Camille and go next. Good God. Yikes. Oh, yeah, I would ban Camille next game. I don't think you have an answer for that. That was just disgusting.
I have an answer for it this game. But being able to play something who could potentially match her in lane would be the solution if you don't want to spend that ban slot.
I mean, okay, so looking at KP's bans from game 1, we have Malzahar, Orange, Set. I feel like he just dropped the Set ban. Like, Set can be scary, but he's not 1v9 your team scary. At least not usually.
He doesn't have the damage, he doesn't have the mobility to it.
So looking at damage to champions, Famo wants to flip it back over there. I'm curious. Damage to turrets, the Camille just destroyed that. Good God. 12k, I think the next house is like 3. Oof.
Looks like Zach was really close to taking that all the gold from their team as well, with Orianna barely edging him out.
Yeah, it was really unfortunate. There were a bunch of kills that Orianna roamed for that she just couldn't get the last hit on, so Zach got it. And it just didn't seem like he could do anything with it, really. Yeah, looks like we're going to take a short break here.
Lobby for game 2 is all set up. Everybody seems to be here and in order. Looks like we don't have a pro draft link just yet.
Yep. All right. So other than me wanting to see Camille never picked again, what do you think should be changed for KP for game 2?
I think they do need to spend some more effort on top lane there. I don't think that Malphite was the correct answer to a Camille. Let's go back to the draft here. Who actually got
they
what was the
last
pick order
picked
there?
they last picked Malphite. They saved their counter pick for top lane and they picked Malphite into Camille. That's like
Such a
horrendous.
strange move. I don't understand that. You're not going to harass her out of lane, and you're not going to match her when she's in her full form.
Like
so.
you can harass her out of lane like pre-6, but beyond that, it's just you're gonna get absolutely destroyed on the side lane. And it's not like you have a mid laner who's particularly good at answering that either, because you have Orianna. You clearly picked a comp to team fight, but
Right.
you just like when you see Camille there, you either need to shut down the Camille early so she doesn't become a problem later, or you need to take enough fights and get ahead enough that the Camille split push doesn't matter because you're just destroying in the 5v4. And
Right.
they just wound up with all of the resources going to the Zac, and that just kind of ended the game for him.
Looks like we do have the new pro draft, and we've set up our second set here, second game.
Okay, KP keeps set Malzahar bans.
Interesting.
Are they? I guess they're gonna drop the Ornn ban and first pick it. But if you're doing that, you definitely need to ban Camille, because Camille hard counters Ornn, and also just destroyed you last game. Like, if you want to first pick that Ornn, then keeping the Camille up is just really bad. They're more scared of the Anivia, though, apparently. That's interesting, I guess. I don't know.
We've run Anivia in a couple of games this season, and it's been an interesting pick because of the amount of control that she can have during the team fights, and it looks like that's what they're really afraid of this time again.
Yeah, bans stay the same for SS, which doesn't really surprise me. There was nothing on KP that seemed like it was just absolutely destroying them. I mean, debatably the Zac, but the Zac destroying them is exactly what you wanted. Put all the gold on him. Yeah, it looks like they are going for the first pick Ornn. I would expect a Camille to come out before the second rotation then, because she's really good into Ornn.
The other thing that I would like to see from KP is to take away some of the engage from bot lane. The Nautilus was a disgusting set of engage tools and peel tools that could just keep a fight going for a very long time. Doing a lot of work there, protecting carries and preventing anyone from escaping. So I think I would like to see, well, there we go.
Well, yeah, SS takes away the Morgana.
Trading supports now with Shien's on Morgana.
Are they just going to take the Morgana Kate? Anything you can do, we can do better.
I think we'll know in less than 10 seconds. Kayle.
If that's top lane Kayle, that matchup I don't think is very good at all.
I would tend to agree with you. I would think that Ornn could bully her quite handily early game.
Like, I guess the theory would be Kayle just tries not to die before 6, and then she can just CS from range and be fine and scale up. But like, I still feel like Ornn outscales Kayle. Like, Ornn's items are like 8k worth of gold at the end once you have everybody upgraded. Then KP has Ornn Veigar, they're definitely scaling hard this game. I don't know, like, I guess maybe you're matching scaling, but it's definitely feels like KP should outscale this. Kayle's also not mobile enough to really get out of the Veigar baby cage until she has like max W.
And a Soraka to round out the first picks from KP.
Yeah, okay, it looks like they are...
the Kayle top lane.
My top laner in chat is confirming I'm right, and that Ornn beats Kayle. So, yeah, I don't know. That seems like an odd one for me. Then they go for the Annie for Delta, so it is going to be Kayle top, unless it's like Kayle bot lane, which would be odd.
I think people tried to play her support initially when she was first reworked, but she's no better support after the rework than before.
So SS is going to take away the Zac. Don't want to deal with 4-0 Warmog Zac again, I guess. It didn't seem like it was really doing all that much to me, but I guess the engage can be scary, especially when they already have Ornn and Veigar to layer on top. KP takes away the Caitlyn, so you can't pair that with Morgana. I mean, that's fair. Caitlyn Morgana's still a pretty strong lane.
Nocturne is the second. Nope.
Huh?
Or maybe
Maybe
looks
it's
like they're going to ban the
that's
jungler.
that's really odd. I mean, I don't think Nunu really pairs well with what KP has right now, so I don't think that was really a disastrous thing if they wound up picking it, but I guess fair enough.
I think that's the first Nunu ban that I've seen so far this season.
Let's see what the final ban's going to be for KP.
You have to imagine it's going to be an 80 carry here.
Yeah, it's okay, MF. I mean, yeah, that's fine. I don't think that it would be all that great anyway for SS to pick MF. They don't really have a teamfighty composition. Kog'Maw is really ballsy to pick.
So both teams here are just hugely doubling down on scaling.
That's like, Kog'Maw is bad into Soraka, he's bad into Veigar, and he's bad into Ornn, and he's bad into Sejuani. Morgana is going to be, like, I feel like you have to max Black Shield as Morgana here, otherwise that Kog'Maw is just going to get absolutely, like, piled on. Good god.
This is one of those games that I'm hoping gets to 50 minutes.
Jinx, yeah, okay, it's scaling on both sides. And I mean, I like KP's comp a lot. You have two really big frontliners for the Jinx. You have Soraka to keep them topped off, and you have Veigar who scales just as well.
You have a lot of zone control.
If they actually pick Shaco, I think they're trolling. What?
This just in, Shien Samurai is trolling.
What? I'm so confused.
Okay, we have an interesting game ahead. Yeah.
If this Veigar gets to like 30 minutes, he's just gonna fucking W and kill the entire enemy team. Like, what? What? Why? Why didn't they pick Trundle? Or, like, Trundle or any other tank jungle? Like, there's plenty of them up.
Yeah, this is a truly odd draft by Shien Samurais here.
I was fine with it until the Shaco. Like, the full tank Shaco. Oh, yeah, you're right. Is that like the new full tank Kassadin where it just queues around and you can't kill it and it's just annoying?
Except,
well, no. See, the trick is they didn't have a second tank like KP did, so they picked Shaco to build full tank so they could ult and then have two.
Oh right, two tank, double
tank
Shaco.
Yeah. So there's two tanks. Yeah. That makes up for it, right?
Must be. Another option is that Shaco ults and just leaves his clone on top of Kog'Maw while he goes out, and then if anyone actually wants to dive in on Kog'Maw, they get feared. Yeah, but KP doesn't have anyone who's going to dive in. They're all going to hit him from range.
See, I'm expecting here for Mansford to go Glacial Veigar, and I mean, he might go something else, but I would expect it to be Glacial Veigar.
I think the really scary thing is that because they have no tank, Jinx can start getting her resets relatively early.
Yeah. I mean, the thing though is like, the only thing I can see being a problem is if you have Kale W the Kog'Maw, so he's just super fast and has more Black Shield, maybe he can get out of the engage. But at the same time, there's so much engage, and Soraka just ease. And, like, where do you go from there? There's nothing to hide behind, and if Veigar goes Glacial and just slows somebody, puts down the cage, whoever can't get out of it's just dead.
That's another point, is that both of these teams probably, they seem to want to team fight a little bit. Shien's wants to team fight just all in hard and use damage as their front line, whereas KP has a front line. But the other thing that KP has is an immense amount of pick. Ornn R, Spooky Ghosts, Sejuani R, maybe even Jinx W. You've got a lot of pick potential out here from
also,
KP.
Just a side note, I noticed this in solo queue, and I wasn't going to say anything, but it seems like it's the case. Pretty sure Asav's jungling on Sejuani, and all he's going to game is swapping top lane to play the Ornn. They practiced it a couple times in flex queue and solo queue, so I thought that it might be the case, but it looks like that's what it's going to be based on the draft. I don't know how good of a jungle Asav is, I know Always Gonna Game plays top lane in solo queue more often than jungle, so maybe he'll perform better on the Ornn, but it seems like a bit of an odd swap.
Let's go over summoners real quick. KP double teleport. Soraka's actually going barrier in this lane. And then triple ignite on the side of Shien the Samurais, with only Kale having teleport.
Yup. I mean, this is really on Butterfreelo. Like, you had a really, really okay game, like, last game. You played Olaf and didn't do too hot, but, you know, that's okay. This is your time to come back and try again on your early game jungler, and if you don't, then you're probably going to lose the game. So hopefully you have a better time this time.
Yeah, that's true. It's a lot of faith being put into Butterfreelo from the side of Shien Samurais, getting him on that relatively early game jungler 2 games in a row.
Yeah, no, it definitely feels like the onus this game is on Shaco to snowball. And failing that, Annie needs to get like a ridiculous Tibbers. Otherwise, I think they just lose every fight. Let me check Poro Fester really quick because I want to see the runes. Let's see if Mansberg actually took Glacial or not. Okay. So it looks like we have Glacial Vagar with Gathering Storm, so playing to scale. Jinx has Lethal Tempo and also Gathering Storm. So also playing to scale there. On the side of SS, we have Dark Harvest Shaco. Kog'Maw went Lethal Tempo and went Resolve Secondary to not get poked out in lane by the Soraka, so that's fair enough. We have Gathering Storm on the Morgana. Kale has Fleet Footwork, but does not have Gathering Storm. She took Biscuits, which I think is probably for the best because she's going to get absolutely destroyed by the Ornn. She also took double MR from runes. She didn't take any attack damage or AP whatsoever.
If her job is just to scale, that's probably not the worst thing in the world.
Yep. Just went the attack speed, double MR, so yeah, I mean, that's fair enough. We have 40 more seconds. Anything else?
I don't see anything else. Morgana actually did switch the room over, so Ansem is running Exhaust now.
I mean, yeah.
There's really only one target for that, though.
Jinx or Vagar, or even
really
Ornn.
Exhaust Vagar, though?
I mean,
can you get in range to do it?
If she just ease herself and walks through the cage, and just press Exhaust on Vagar. Nah, I think that, like, for KP, the person to watch is definitely just Mansberg. Like, if he gets a decent advantage and gets Spooky Ghost out early, then I don't think there's really anything that SS should be able to do whatsoever. And then on SS, once again, this is going to be the Shaco. Can the Shaco carry this? Because that's just such a weird draft choice to me, that both teams were playing so hard for scaling, and they're just like, Shaco feels like the appropriate choice here. Yeah, I guess we'll see. All 10 people have a skin. Can confirm.
I've just loaded it. I'm sitting at 100%. How's your client doing?
Not well.
Not well, okay. I'm not actually in game yet, but I'm sitting at 100%.
I'll be in at some point. I'm sitting at 11. Oh, nope, I'm in. Okay. Well, that was fast.
11% in. Nice.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, looks
like we're going for the fan.
Yep. Both teams don't really want to go for any sort of invade. SS has the Morgana, but it kind of feels bad to start binding anyways. You'd rather start pool. Unless there's a very obvious pick. So Sejuani recalls. Both jungles appear to be starting bot side.
Looks like Sejuani recalled so she could switch over to the sweeper. So she may look for an early-ish gank.
Orin is doing a really cheeky thing here, where he starts a fillable potion, and then CS is the first wave, so he can afford a Doran shield.
I like that start a lot. I appreciate all the unique things that you can do with Ornn.
Yeah.
So Shaco's got his boxes set up. He's going to do the double camp clear here. He's got a box set down on blue buff.
And he
triple box.
He sets one on the blast cone so that when he's done with blue and Gromp, he can walk over and blast cone it into the wolves.
Speaking of unique starts, I appreciate that Shaco can do that as well.
Shaco just AFK'd while his... Okay, they paused.
Jungle having computer issues. Jungle game is closing.
Yep, I was going to say, the Shaco like AFK'd while his box was taking Gromp, so I assumed that he DC'd or something.
Unfortunate. That
Looks
kind
like
of messes up his clear.
Yeah, it makes him take a little bit more damage. Luckily enough, the Gromp didn't reset, at least, so the box still did the damage. He just didn't get the box to tank it while he was attacking it, really.
Right, and we'll have to see if his third box setup for Wolves is going to last long enough now.
Yeah. He has about 15 seconds to get over and make that one proc. I don't know if he's going to be able to do that. Okay, 5 seconds now. Maybe. Well, oh, he has Q. He got Q on level 2, so he'll make it. Just barely. That seems... I mean, I guess that's probably normal for Shaco, right? Starting Q level 2?
I actually don't know.
I mean, I don't know if you're really going to E-camps. I don't play Shaco. But yeah,
I don't know either. I tried a couple of times. His playstyle was just too awkward.
Minutes, so. Real fast clear. Looks like he's going to go red buff and then maybe top. Alright, stop for Raptors maybe? Yeah, stops for Raptors. Okay.
Sejuani's opted to skip her blue, go level 3 clear to gank top, but Kayl's really not in the position to be ganked right now.
There's no ward in the try, and she knows it because she's sweeping. Can at least blow a flash here. Or go too early and get nothing. Yeah, the wave wasn't in a good spot, so it was able to spot her out as she was walking from Tribush on over.
Right, if you want to do a level 3 gank to top as a jungler, let your top laner know what it is that you're going to do so they can set up the wave to help you.
Yeah,
otherwise you wind up in a situation like this.
Or the alternative there, you just need to wait a little bit longer for the Ornn to actually go in, because the Ornn got the pillar onto the Kayle, but couldn't E in before the Kayle just walked out with boost speed. Looks like Sejuani's caught out here by the mid lane, though. Yeah, that's first blood for Annie.
Annie moves new move speed on her W as of several patches ago, can just speed right out of that.
Yep.
Alright, let's take a quick look across the lanes. Top lane's even at around 18 CS. Jungle different so far. Shaco picking up not the first blood, but the first assist and an extra camp on Sejuani. Mid lane's about even, and 80 carries are both sitting pretty at around 22, 23 CS.
Yeah, Shaco has a 300 gold lead over Sejuani, and I don't understand how.
Camp and that
a camp and an assist apparently is 300 gold. That's actually kind of ridiculous.
Shaco did have to blow his ignite to do that, but Sejuani also blew flash.
Both of them burned ignite for the Sejuani. Sejuani's waiting around, wasting time, waiting for Gromp to spawn. Yeah, the yellow just means it's up in 20 seconds there, so he sat there for like a good 15 waiting for it. Didn't have that timed well enough, I guess, but It's not the biggest deal. It just means that Shaco goes up another camp.
Interesting. On Spectate, I couldn't see the scuttle crab that Shaco was taking as it disappeared into the brush.
Yeah, I think it's because he dropped vision of it, actually, because he was outside of the bush. So if no one has vision, it goes into fog. Veigar is TPing back to mid lane, so not going to be a TP advantage. No fancy TP plays this game, fortunately.
Looks like Kog'Maw's starting to pick up a CS advantage here on Jinx, but she's got a wave to sit on.
Yeah, I think it's still about even. Spot out the Shaco as he's invading in there. Annie first back buys Fairy Charm and full Sword Shoes to go with that Predator.
I like that pickup from her.
Yeah, it's going to be a very scary Annie. Definitely has one-shot potential now if she goes and runs bot lane. Ornn looks like he's actually getting punished really hard in top lane. He's sitting on 1,000 gold, but he hasn't built anything.
I wonder if he's also waiting to pick up the 1,100 gold to start the Abyssal Mask.
Well, you can still buy those components as you go, though. Like, there was definitely time where he's just sitting under this tower waiting for the wave, where he could just be building, like, a Ruby Crystal or something, but he's just not. Build something
he
now.
picks up Catalyst first item.
Yeah.
Just one-shots it.
Yeah, it feels a little bit odd to me that he didn't just build, like, Ruby Crystal while he was waiting, but, I mean, gets it, I guess.
A little bit of a scuffle, but they both hit level 6 at about the same time, so Ornn can't finish the all-in because Kayle will just respond with her R.
It's a bit strange to me, actually, that the Kayle went Fleet instead of Grasp. I feel like Grasp would have been better here. You can stack up your max HP on the Ornn once you hit 6, but...
Ansem is going to come down and gank his own lane. Nothing doing, though. Misses the Q, Black Shield through the CC, and walks back to lane, missing about 200 health.
The Sejuani's just clearing out a control ward. I mean, it looks like both jungles are hovering bot side for drag. Somehow, Sejuani has now gone up 2 camps over the Shaco.
Yeah, I think Shaco's kind of invade was a little fruitless there.
Yeah.
Forced to run back out.
Jungles spotted each other by Scuttle Crab. I think that whichever one winds up picking this up might hit 6. Sejuani's actually just clapping the Shaco, though.
But it was a chase a little too far, now they're caught out.
Yep. Mansford goes down to about a 3rd HP, but Soraka's here to heal. He does go down to Annie. Sejuani's gonna make it out. Maybe not. That Annie is weak. Sejuani does go down to the devastating Kog'Maw ultimate. Oof.
Yeah, I thought the Sejuani chased just a little far into the jungle there. I would have been more than happy to see her Progr E and then walk away.
Yeah, they just didn't have they didn't have bot prio, so their bot lane run fast.
Top lane trades ults.
Yep. If Ornn hits that knockup, I think he just one-shots. Does he get the auto? Oh, flash for flash!
He does not flash for flash.
Oof. Didn't manage to get it. That feels bad. Shaco actually goes Smite Mobies.
I'm okay with Mobies on Shaco early because it essentially means that your Q just lasts longer.
Well, it's just...
in terms of distance.
I mean, fair, but it's like, it's confusing to me. Why
I know it was...
It's like, even the pick. If you want like a mobile early game jungle, why don't you just pick like Lee Sin?
Ornn tanking just a million minions top.
I mean... okay. Well, Jinx picks up a kill for herself. Ornn, unfortunately, probably isn't going to get any plates because Shaco's up there, but Shaco has no combat stats whatsoever because he just has Smite and Mobies, so I think Ornn can actually beat him.
Ornn just opts to dash through the box and run away.
Right before Shaco popped in, otherwise I think Shaco dies. Sejuani's looking for something bot lane, but just gets bound up and loses half her health for trouble. So, and Soraka quickly follows suit. Yeah, that didn't go too well.
The scary part about the Kog'Maw Morgana is that if Morgana lands the Q, Kog'Maw gets a free R off.
Yeah. Looks like both mid lanes looking for a roam down to bot lane, but not really going to find anything. Mansberg is up a level over Delta, so at least he does have that going for him. He's also up about 20 CS.
20 CS, but down 2 kills.
Yeah. As far as items are concerned, I feel like they're probably within like 500 gold of each other, so it's not that big of a deal. Mansberg accidentally autoed Mountain Dragon, so took about 200 health off their Man's Edge. Flash Tibbers coming through from the Annie, but Mansberg trades back onto Kog'Maw before getting taken down by the Kog'Maw passive. I mean, you'll take what you can get, I guess. Morgana gets... I don't think she's going to go down.
She's not. She almost did.
Sejuani burns down to the Ignite.
These fights in both these games have been very kind of split and chaotic.
Yeah.
Except for top lane, that's kind of an island.
Yeah, I don't know. Okay, so it does look like he's going AD Shaco, not AP Shaco. And it looks like Kale is going for the Gunblade build, or the Bork build. I don't know yet which, but I would imagine she's probably going to go Gunblade. It would be a little bit odd for me to go the full like attack speed split push build this game when the Veigar could just walk up with Spooky Ghost and kill you every time you try.
I think she could actually go either way, because she's going to wind up splitting against Ornn in a side lane, and having the extra tank killing power might help.
Well, yeah, but like the problem is if you're split pushing as Kale this game, Veigar just like walks into the side lane with Spooky Ghost and you just can't run.
Right. It means you have to know where the Veigar is before you're setting it up.
Yeah, I mean, I guess like if you're getting something on this other side of the map while Veigar is like going to deal with you, then it's fine. But I don't think that there's really all that much wave clear on the side of SS anyway to make that the case. Speaking of Veigar coming and killing the Kale, it appears as though Veigar has came and killed the Kale.
And
they also get the dragon with Jinxar. Actually, not even Jinxar. I think she got it with Zap because her ult's still up. That's a bit of a yikes.
So Jinx up 20 CS and down 1 kill in the lane, so just about even.
Yeah, I think she's actually up gold. She's up 20 CS and just down a kill. Because a kill is usually worth about 16-ish minions.
Yeah, it's 4 or 5 CS difference. I'm gonna call it even.
I mean, the Ornn is like really happy with the Jinx right now because she managed to yoink the Mountain Dragon. So he's gonna have a field day with that one.
Jinx has actually been doing Ornn favors all game, yoinking the Mountain Dragon and also taking
killed the Kale.
Kill. So Jinx supporting Ornn this game.
Yeah, that Jinx support, new meta, guys. Okay, Ornn does finish his Abyssal Mask, so that's gonna feel really good. Gives him a bit of a bump in damage. Does look like Kale is going for the Gunblade build, which is just so much better. Late Black Shield, but it doesn't look like it's gonna matter.
It was a really, really good counter gank roam from Shien Samurais to take it away.
Yeah, they just... then Jinx gets another kill with Rocket, so I guess it's 1 for 1. I mean, the Annie is just out-roaming the Veigar here. That's the problem, because these fights are really close, but Shien always has one more member.
Out-roaming, but that's exactly what your Predator Annie is supposed to do.
Yeah, Veigar just needs to finish the ghosts, because then he can just keep Annie in lane. Like, whenever she roams, she just ghost, and then she can't really go anywhere.
What is he building towards right now? Looks like he actually went GLP first.
Yep, and that Fiendish Codex builds into the Spooky Ghost, so... Looks like he's going both of his glacial items first, which is pretty standard for Glacial Veigar. After that, he'll probably either go for... I would imagine to that team probably Zonias or Banshees, but he could also just go straight for the Death Cap afterwards. He definitely doesn't need Void Staff, which is nice on Veigar, not having to deal with stopping for that.
Right. So a quick vision check. Looks like we have a lot of vision down all throughout the river, kind of focused towards the top and the bot lanes from Shien Samurais.
I mean,
I don't see a single ward from KP. Oh, there is one in try.
Yep, there's one in try that just got placed. Other than that, they don't have any vision down at all. And the vision for SS...
Little crab.
Yeah, I mean, the vision for SS isn't even that good either. Like, top
No,
lane...
they're really just protecting their side lanes.
Well, like, top lane is nice because you have the double control ward for top so that Sejuani can't gank. But, like, bot side, the Sejuani can just kind of walk straight through your vision and get in on you anyway. She's done it like 3 times. You need wards deeper than that because you're not mobile enough to get away. Looks like there's going to be a fight over Herald 3v3. Warren gets a good ult onto the Kale.
I did not see who smited.
Yeah, I don't see who smited either. It looks like Shaco
walked out with it.
Yeah, Shaco walked out with it. Nobody's going to go down yet. Bunch of flashes are blown, though. Sejuani's going to get the E onto Annie.
And that'll be it. That'll be the kill.
Will take her down. Yeah, so a kill for Herald. I guess it depends on what all they can pick up with that Herald, if that's worth it or not.
At the moment, I gotta say it's not really worth.
Yeah,
plates are down.
Yeah, there's no plates to get, so unless you actually finish a tower with it. Well, Shaco's going in on the Sejuani, but, like, you don't win that, bud. Yeah,
sure, they do have the option still to take first tower.
Okay, it looks like bot lane. The 2v2 did go over to the Kog'Maw, but he has, like, no health left, and Soraka's just kind of running them both down.
That always feels good when you're playing Soraka. And stay out!
I mean, it still feels good for the Kog'Maw because he actually got something. Wait, is this... Oh, it is Relic Soraka. That's interesting. Yeah, I didn't notice
that. Kind of matches up with the barrier pick, too.
Yeah, I guess want to be beefier so that you can get those heals off.
I think it's the only way you really survive a Morgana binding.
Alright, it looks like Soraka is going Q max into W max, which is pretty standard now with the W buffs. Just wanted to see if she was going E max or Q max first.
Looks like we have a winner top lane now. Kale's picked up a 20 CS lead, 30 CS lead.
See, I would expect that once
damage.
level 11 that she would start winning. It just feels like she was winning before that, though.
Right.
And I don't know, maybe the orange just like wasn't aggressive enough, but it feels like you definitely should have been winning that free 6 super hard.
Kale does have the Gunblade finished.
Mansberg's going for the gank bot lane. He has the GLP to slow. I can't help but feel like he really misplayed that, but it turned out perfectly fine, I guess. Soraka just had to blow exhaust cord. Or, that was Morgana's exhaust. I'm stupid. But, yeah, no. Mansberg, like, missed his E, didn't GLP till after his full combo, and then started the combo with R. So that was a bit sus from me, but, they still get the dragon. Kill. It's alright.
Kale's gonna finish up top tower though, and that is first blood tower over to her, 450 gold. Like I was saying, Kale does have Hextech Gunblade finish now, so it's going to be very, very difficult for Ornn to take her down in any sort of anything but a one-shot kind of fight.
Annie flashed engaged onto the bot lane and made Soraka blow barrier, but other than that, looks like she's just gonna die for it. Yeah. Kill goes over to Raka, but I mean, that's not bad.
And Jacob's gonna burn the Rift Herald here for no reason.
I think that it was probably gonna expire soon, that or he just misclicked. He does one-shot Soraka, though. Morgana flash engages onto Jinx, but just dies. TP coming in bot side for Mansberg.
Kale's actually walking down.
Shaco's just gonna Q out. They're not actually gonna get him.
Kale's actually walking down to finish defending this tower, and Kog'Maw's getting some tower damage mid.
Even with Kale here, I think they're fine.
Oh, I don't think she's gonna get any kills here, but she's responding to...
No, I thought that they would actually be able to keep pushing that, but Sejuani didn't have anything to follow up the Veigar stun. So yeah, she just walks away. I thought they were just gonna straight up kill her, but didn't have enough to CC chain, unfortunately. Ornn ticks level 12, so in comes his upgraded Abyssal Mask. One more level, and he'll be able to upgrade the Infin for the Jinx. And after that, probably upgrade Soraka's Redemption as well.
Kog'Maw got left alone there in mid lane and managed to take down the tower. I think Annie shared the local gold with him, though.
Okay, it looks like Kog'Maw is either going for Gwynsu's second item or Wit's End's second item.
I would be happy with both of those, actually.
I feel like he honestly should be going Runaan's first and then going Wit's End third, because literally all they're doing is team fighting. Like, yeah, you just want the Runaans, I think. If all that's gonna happen is team fighting and clearing waves, I feel like you just need it. Like, the Wit's End is good if you're getting one shot by Veigar, but I don't think that he's really worried about that right now. The Veigar hasn't been around him all that much.
But every time he has, he's made a priority of going in on Kog'Maw.
Shaco's coming in on Soraka. Nothing doing. Mansford actually combos in the right order that time, and one-shots Kayle. Good job. Struck down gold in the tower.
She had her ult up. She could have...
Well, no, she couldn't, because she got stunned and died. Yeah, she got caged, because he got the... She needed to ult as soon as she got hit by the GLP. Because as soon as you get hit by that GLP, it confirms the E, and then you're just dead. But didn't respect the DPS that can come out. Kog'Maw loses half his health.
So KP has won here in all 3 lanes they've pushed. Veigar having one-shot Kayle on bot side, and Ornn won the fight against Annie top, and so they're free to take as much as they want here mid.
Yep. Yeah, the Veigar is just really online now that he has his double slow items. Jinx doesn't have Rocket, otherwise the Morgana and the Kog'Maw probably would have died earlier.
I think here we're seeing the lack of a front line on Shien Samurais.
Like, no one can deal with the Veigar. Kayle ult just goes down there. They're very... KP's very split though, so I think they lose this. Kog'Maw goes down, but so Sedge.
And Ornn is just solo top, pushing towers. Like he's gonna come in here and maybe look for the Ornn Horn to clean up.
Kayle doesn't have her ult. If they... Mansford there, instead of flash Wing, should have flash auto'd because he has the red buff and the glacial augment slow. He could have slowed down, and then Jinx would have been able to follow after the Kayle flash. Bit of a misplay.
They do still have 4 people though, so they can keep going after
they should be able to finish off this mid tower. It's pretty low. I don't know if they can get the inhib. Well, it's 4v3, they probably can. But Shaco's about to respawn, so it's...
As long as they're focused on it.
Close.
I think you inhib back and then run to Dragon here.
Yep. Sejuani appears to be heading in that direction, so...
Yeah, so they're going to forego the back. They don't have time for it.
And Ocean Drake is actually really nice against that team because Kog'Maw likes to harass, Kayle likes to harass. So it's nice to have the Ocean regen.
Oh, what a corridor.
Oh yeah, Kale's gonna... Oh, no. Ornn misses the ult onto the Shaco. They do pick up the Morgana though, so... Yeah.
With the Morgana down, that makes it awfully difficult for them to keep fighting.
This Veigar is feeling really familiar to a Veigar in a match yesterday. It's just, yep, one-shots the jungle and free dragon.
Looks like they might be opting to go to Baron here. 5 of them just walking up the river in unison.
Yeah.
Shien Samurais have to deal with these super minions mid.
There's just nothing they can do. They don't have a tank to frontline. And Glacial Veigar is just like popping out the Spoopy Ghost. It's just like, oh, well, someone's dying. You don't have anyone to tank them. It's just this Shaco pick feels like just a giant mistake in draft. It's just going to cost them the entire game at this rate. Unless Kog'Maw just yeets the Baron with ult here.
I think that's going to be hard to do against Smite. Yep, no steal. And Annie went over the wall.
And instantly dies.
Seems like a risky move there.
I mean, at least, I guess they got a 1-for-1. So, I guess you could debatably call it worth, but I wouldn't.
Yeah, I would.
Ornn has not yet upgraded someone's item. Maybe he's waiting for Veigar to back for Death Cap.
Veigar has his Death Cap
Veigar
now,
has
so we'll
Death
have to
Cap.
see.
And
We've
it
got
looks
Death
like
Cap
Kog'Maw,
and IE
okay.
both.
Kog'Maw went Guinsoo's second, and I think that that's just wrong. Like, that's the generic solo queue Kog'Maw MOBA Fire build is like Bork Guinsoo's. That's your highest DPS theoretically, but like, this Veigar is gonna absolutely destroy you. Sejuani does damage, Ornn does a lot of damage, Soraka does a lot of damage. Go Wit's End.
Yeah, and most of this is magic damage too.
Yeah, it's like
the one trap that you fall into with Wit's End though is that the on-hit damage doesn't actually start scaling until about now, level 11 or 12. So if you go after that too early, then you wind up throwing away that power early.
Well, like he was just sitting there on like recurve. It's not even like he was. I don't know. It just feels like they don't outscale anyway, so you just need to go for the immediate power. But it's whatever. At this point, I'm failing to see how they can really get back into this, barring some ridiculous anti-flash Tibbers play that gets like 4 people.
Looks like there's a fight brewing here in the bot. We've decided to go 5 down lane. Annie actually backs. She's sprinting in from Fountain.
And top lane is also self-pushing for KP, so like, yeah, they're just gonna get bot tower here. It's 4v5. There's no engage. Other than Annie, there's no engage for SS here. And she doesn't have flash, so they're gonna see her coming.
They just have to seed building after building here.
Yep. And the wave is pushing on top, so not that it matters because Kog'Maw's dead. Yeah, that's probably just game. Kog'Maw died, Annie's at half.
Kog'Maw died while Kayle had R.
Yeah, Kayle ult goes down to stop the Annie from dying.
But that's not who you want.
Then Kayle's dead. Yeah, this is just game. Yeah, so KP ties it up 1-1. On the back of a very, very fed Veigar.
Veigar finishing 11, 2, and 5.
Yep. Yeah, they just didn't have a tank to deal with the Glacial Augment. Just send out the Spooky Ghost, and it's just like, oh, well, GG. Yeah, I want to see the damage to champions real quick. Yeah, Veigar and Kayle, it looks like, are topping that. I mean, I'd believe it. Kayle is just slapping the Ornn in the side lane the entire game.
Right, to almost no end there. Wow, so I don't think we saw a lot of surprises in that game. That more or less went down how I thought it would.
Yeah, I think that SS just lost in draft as soon as they picked Shaco. Like, the Kayle pick was a little bit sus too, but it wound up working out. But the Shaco just didn't really do anything. Like, you really needed to snowball off it, and you got like 1 kill early, and after that, it just kind of farmed and fell off.
So what do you think, other than the Shaco pick, what do you think what they could have done to fix that? I mean, the Morgana was an interesting pick because it kept Kog'Maw very, very safe. Yeah, but what about something like maybe a Braum, something to stand in front of the Kog'Maw while he does that?
So I think that it's fine that you went Morgana Cog. I think the problem was that Kayle wasn't really abusing her W all that much. I don't know if she maybe just didn't put enough points into it, but if you just put W on Kog'Maw, he can just aggressively run up to them with Flag Shield on and bork them, and then he has like fucking like 1200 move speed, just running in circles, and no one can catch him. Like, he should never be stunned by Veigar Cage at that point. There should never be an engage that connects with him at that point. And I feel like that's what they need to do, is just rely on Kog'Maw to just harass and move really fast, and they didn't really do that. The jungle pick was just super sus. Anything else would have been better. Pick J4, pick Lee Sin, Gragas. There's so many jungles up that you could have picked, and you went for this really weird Shaco pick that didn't do anything. I don't know. It's still just crazy to me that that's the thing that happened.
Well, that does bring us to Game 3 now, with both teams, Shien Samurais and Kamikaze Penguins, having won 1. Somebody said in chat that this might be the first 3-game series that we've had in the semifinals. How true is that?
I know that the one that's been played in Shurima was a 2-0. There's another one being played there tonight, so that one hasn't been played yet. Those are the only two I know of. I don't know, have you played in any semis?
No, our semis are on Tuesday.
Alright, did you know of any?
I don't.
Okay, well,
no, I did play in. I subbed for a game yesterday morning. That was a semi, and that was a 2-0 as well.
Okay, so we can confirm the 2 semis that have been played that we know of were 2-0s. So clearly that means all of them so far have been.
Was there only
that's
one
how
semi
data
last
works, right?
night? I thought there were 2.
I think there was more than one. There were 3. Okay.
I see 4 yesterday. Aggressive Enchanters v GG. That was who I subbed for yesterday morning. Oh, one of them was moved. Oh, I see what you say. And then Sentinels versus SEAL Team 6, Team Billy, and then the Dirty Cheese versus Golden Salamanders. I know TDC won 2-0, so Team Billy and then Sentinels versus SEAL Team 6. We know.
You're just talking over Silver's in the background. I love it. Good job.
Alright, we got everybody in the lobby. Just waiting on the next pro draft.
Yeah, we're also waiting on Silver Scrapes, which is playing right now, and you're talking over it. Whoa. Okay. All right. Let's see if everybody's ready. Looks like a very familiar ban.
Once again, Corky.
Yep. Are they going to go for the dreaded Corky Silas Vagar ban? Drop the Amumu. No, looks like they're dropping Silas.
For the Vagar, that's the right thing to do.
2 mids banned.
4 mids banned.
Yep, 2 mids on both sides. Let's see. Is it going to be Amumu or is it going to be Silas? They have first pick. They can first pick the Amumu. It is going to be the Silas. Yikes. Okay. Here's the question. Do they ban a 6th mid laner?
I'm hoping so. I'd like to see mid just get completely banned out. Let's do it. Make it interesting.
Give us 10 mid lane bans.
10 mid ban. Come on, KP.
Thresh, okay.
The dream has died.
I mean, that's a fair ban. Ansem tends to go back to comfort whenever back's against the wall, and for him, that's definitely Thresh. That's probably his best champion.
Yeah, Thresh and Nautilus, I would see.
Broken champion. First pick. He's alright. So let's see if KP has a counter pick for it. SS.
It might still be Kale.
I don't think Kale is that good in Torn. I think that KP just misplayed it, but you know, maybe. Who knows?
It won them the last round, so I wouldn't be surprised to see it again.
Well, no, they had the Orn last game. What do you mean?
Oh, I'm looking at the wrong side. You're right. Yep.
I was like, what? Okay. They are going to pick up the Amumu, though. It's been permabanned. So now we get to see the Amumu come through. Let's see if it was worth all the hype. Taking a minute to see what that second pick is. Looks like it's gonna be Dr. Mundo.
I'm looking forward to this.
I don't know how the Mundo Orn matchup goes. I feel like it's probably Orn favorite. Like maybe in lane Mundo's stronger. You can go Emax Mundo, get a ton of MR, and then just not take any damage. But yeah, Orn still definitely outscales you. So I don't.
Wow, we've got a beefy game here.
This is already okay.
Makes me want to see a set pick on KP's side.
I think that the Maokai could be literally anywhere. Like Bjergsen played Maokai mid like yesterday. Maokai can jungle, but I feel like this is probably Maokai's support for Ansem because I think he plays it, and that feels like the most likely. Okay, so Syndra's coming through, so it's definitely not Maokai mid. So it's either jungle or support. I feel like it's support.
I don't want to see KP try to take set mid here.
I mean, I don't think Set's gonna get destroyed by a Syndra. I feel like you take Orianna here. TBH.
Well, I don't like the lane matchup, but I like it for the team fight.
I don't know. I feel like Orianna's better at that too. Yeah, Orianna. Yep. Got the neutral ball lane that nothing ever happens in.
Neutral ball lane.
Yep. Okay, so now I'm expecting KP to just ban out 80 carries here. That or maybe if there's a jungle they don't want to see, but I don't know. It feels like the real threat's probably bot lane. Yep. MF goes away.
I tend to agree with that.
Soraka goes away. That's a fair ban. The Soraka was actually like silently the hero of last game. Like other than the Vagar, the Soraka was like putting in the most work. And last ban, I expect it to be another 80 carry, probably like Caitlyn or something. Oh no, it's the Nautilus.
Interesting.
I'm pretty sure the
not
Maokai's
expecting.
I think the
Maokai to be
Maokai's
on
the
support.
support. I mean, maybe they're just covering their bases, but I'm pretty sure Maokai's support.
I have not played him in the jungle recently, so I don't know if he's viable to be flexed there.
I think he's fine in the jungle, but I doubt that's where he's going. I feel like his clear is just a bit too slow. Morgana ban comes through. I expect them to pick up support first and wait on 80 carry. Yeah, KP managed to get counter pick for both of their solo lanes without going to second rotation, which strikes me as very odd. Yeah, definitely taking their time thinking it over. Janna. I guess they're scared of the Maokai going in on whatever AD carry they feel like they need to pick. I expect both of them have to pick some type of hyper carry. Yeah, like maybe Xayah and maybe like a Sejuani here. Oh no, okay, so it is Maokai jungle. Xayah Rakan comes through.
Okay.
I know that Ansem, at least in solo queue, this is really troll, but he likes to play Halo Blades Rakan. So we might be seeing the really aggro like W start Xayah going for the like super early level 1 all in. I don't like Caitlyn here at all. No. Okay. Yikes. Oof. Yeah, I don't like KP's draft. KP gets hard outskilled here. Like, the Orin outscales the Maokai, or the Orin outscales the Mundo. Amumu probably gets outskilled by Maokai. Syndra and Orianna go even throughout the entire game, and then, like, Xayah Rakan, Xayah's gonna outscale Caitlyn. This is a yikes from me, Chief. I don't know.
It's pretty clear what Shien Samurai's team wants to do, but I'm struggling to come up with what KP wants to do. Do they want to run a 4-1 and put Mundo in a side lane? I don't think you can.
Well, like, I would say they want a team fight, but then they pick Caitlyn. Like, if instead of Caitlyn, you picked something like Jinx or Kog'Maw that could shred through the tanks, I'd be like, okay, that's a decent team fight comp. You got this. But
Caitlyn's going to have trouble doing that.
Yeah, exactly. Caitlyn doesn't, like, scale that hard. She's strong in lane, but Caitlyn Jan is not going to beat Xayah Rakan anyway, so it's not like she has that much lane pressure either, and then she gets outscaled. She's going to get absolutely destroyed by this Maokai and this Ornn. Like, you get hit by 1 CC and then Syndra just ults you and you die. Even with Janna Shield and Orianna Shield, I don't think you live through that. Maybe if you go Grasp Caitlyn, you can survive the burst, but I doubt she's going to do that. She's probably going to go tempo like she did earlier.
I think that's... I'm not sure that that's worth trying, Grasp Caitlyn anymore. At least not here.
Grasp Caitlyn's actually pretty meta. It's pretty good in solo.
Yeah. I'm not sure I like it here.
I mean, I like it here better than I like tempo. Like...
I actually think that Fleet might be the way to go. The Caitlyn pick...
I would go PTA personally, but, you know...
PTA is another option. I like the Fleet Caitlyn, especially how it synergizes with Stormraiser. Okay.
The synergy with Stormraiser. They're never gonna kill these tanks, like, ever.
You're not, but the synergy with Stormraiser and the slows that you get off of it can be ridiculous.
I mean, but, like, who cares if you're slowing Maokai when he has, like, 4k HP and Aranduins? It's like, oh, well, just meander through and eventually get on somebody. Doesn't feel like... I don't know. The Caitlyn pick just it's the same thing as the Shaco pick last time, where it's like you had an idea of what you wanted to do and then you just threw it out the window with your last pick on red side. Mundo with Leandries? If this Mundo goes Leandries, he's trolling. This Mundo needs to go, like, Spirit Visage first item into, like...
Back when Leandries had Magic Pen on it, I used to like doing that.
Okay, Leandries Mumu? I mean, even then, Leandries and Mumu I don't think is all that good here either. He's probably just gonna get one-shot by Syndra if he doesn't go tanky. He's gonna get W'd by Maokai and then blown up by Syndra. I mean, maybe you can get away with it if you get ahead early, but this Syndra is definitely going to just one-shot him if he doesn't get MR. I mean, I feel like you just need Orianna to get Giga fed if you're KP, otherwise you just lose.
They do have the wombo of Mumu Orianna as both the ball delivery system and Mumu are together.
Okay, if Okay, if Amumu bandages in with the ball and alt catches Zaya Syndra, KP wins the fight. Well, yeah, no crap. Like,
If you one-shot everybody, you
Orianna
win.
ult hits both the carries, yes, they're gonna win the fight. What do you mean? That's not reliable, though. That's the thing. Like, you can't just be like, oh, if the Amumu manages to perfect flank with the ball on him, then they win. Well, that's not a guarantee. That's not even likely. You have Maokai Ornn to block that Q. Even Rakan can eat it and just die.
So this probably comes down to how people play themselves in lane then.
Yeah, this just needs to be like, Amumu just needs to camp Orianna and get her super fed, like fed enough that she's outpacing the Maokai and the Ornn. If she can get to like Liandry's Void Staff Ludens before Ornn gets like Abyssal Mask and Adaptive, then maybe then they can win. But like, just looking at this, Ornn like is gonna go Abyssal Mask, Bammy, and not even finish the Sunfire Cape because he doesn't need to. He can go 2 Abyssal Masks and upgrade both.
Yeah.
Like, he can straight up just go double Abyssal Mask, get 1,800 gold worth of stats from them twice, and just be sitting on like 14,000 gold worth of items at like 20 minutes, and it's just gonna be disgusting. It's just a yikes, dude. I don't know. this is rough. Like, the Caitlyn has her work cut out for her if she's gonna ever like kill anything.
I'll be definitely interested to see how that lane goes. I have so far really only seen Ansem on hook engages or Morgana. I don't think I've seen his Rakan yet.
Okay, Ansem decided to be a passive boy and went Guardian instead of Halo Blades. I'm kind of disappointed.
Yeah, that would have been an interesting one to see.
Delta Terra actually went Spellpook Syndra instead of an aggressive rune, so his kill threat's actually not that high onto the Orianna.
And they do have the double TP on their side. There's actually a double barrier on the KP side.
Okay, their Maokai is also trolling. He went Grasp instead of Aftershock.
Interesting.
Like, you're never gonna proc Grasp as a jungler. Like, you need to be ganking off cooldown for that to ever do anything.
Right, he seems like he's expecting to constantly fight.
Yeah, you're gonna get like 10 procs the entire game. It's like, okay, you got 50 max health, but why don't you just go Aftershock?
That's a strange pick.
That's feels a bit odd to me, but all right, bud. Caitlyn went tempo again. Not too surprised. Janna did go Comet Janna, so she's just looking to W max and be annoying. I still don't think you win lane against Zaya Rakan, though, even if you're doing that.
So yeah, 5 seconds left on spectator delay, and then we will be in. Let me know how your client does this time.
I mean, it'll probably be in around the time you are. I think it just absolutely died the first time. Don't know what that was about, but you know.
Here we are loaded in.
Appears as though I'm going to be a bit behind. I'm still sitting at 0. That'll take a minute.
Ah, that's okay. We have a pause.
Ah, joy. Okay.
Jungle AFK on the side of Shien Samurais.
Ornn going the very cheesy start, though. Look at that. He's got refillable and a control ward.
That's an interesting pickup, so that means he'll have to
That
take a little bit more than the first wave before he builds his...
Yeah, that feels a bit troll to me. Like, Mundo Cleavers are going to do a lot. I don't know. Like, you're definitely sacking early lane phase to do that. I mean, maybe that's what you want, though. Mundo pushes in, and then you can just get, like, a level 2 Maokai gank if he starts, like... Maokai might actually go the really cheesy Maokai jungle thing, where you have your bot lane take red buff and just throw a sapling in the bush down there to last hit it while you take blue, and then just instantly go top with your top laner with double buffs. That could be the goal here. You just go WE then, and you maybe get a kill onto the Mundo, who's playing too aggressive because Ornn has no items. Even then, though, I don't know.
I think that's a hard thing to pull off as long as you have Xayah Rakan down there, though. They don't really want to sit there and tank a red buff.
I mean, Rakan can do it pretty fine if he starts W, and because he has Guardian, he can just tank it and take, like, maybe 100 health. I mean, into Caitlyn, Janna, you'd be expected to get poked out until, like, level 3 anyway, when you can maybe get an all-in, so I don't think it would be the end of the world. Speaking of trolling, though, Rakan went for the poke item, while Janna went for the relic. Janna, I understand going for relic, because you don't want to get one shot by Xayah Rakan combo. Why, as Rakan, are you thinking you're going to poke enough to ever proc that efficiently?
Especially a Janna Caitlyn lane.
Yeah,
they're going to hold you at arm's reach.
You're never going to auto that. Like, what? Why? It's really bad. Definitely should be going relic. Maybe you're listening to the stream and you can just undo it when it's unpaused. I don't know. It's not like we're 3 minutes behind or anything.
Here we go.
Yeah,
Unpause and both teams fanning out again.
Yeah, Rakan committed to Spell Thieves. That's definitely trolling.
30 seconds.
Okay. Syndra gets 1 stack of her. Actually, no, she doesn't even have sorcery, so no, she doesn't get a mana flow stack for that. She just cues the Mundo and walks away, I guess.
KP does get a word down on the blue buff, so they'll know if Maokai decides to start there.
Ornn instantly pinked the entrance to jungle on top side, like the bush near the river.
It's an interesting place for that.
How much gold does he have? He has 275 gold. So he needs, what, 175 to get Dorans? I don't think you get that from first wave. First wave, you get, what, like 16 from melees? So that's 48 plus, like, 16 from casters or something? Oh, no, 14 from casters. So that's another 42. Yeah, you're only getting, like, 90 gold from the first wave or so. Like, yeah, you got
neither top lane opted to show immediately. So they're leaving the jungle starts a little bit ambiguous, but they did both get there before bot lane did.
I mean, at the same time, neither of them took any damage, which is really finicky to do when you're leashing as a melee champion. So it's also like, eh. Like, if you want to fake leash topside, what you should do is just smack Gromp once and then walk top.
Right. Well, there's the poke bot side.
Got destroyed bot lane. Like, I mean, you'll take that. Like, trading Xayah's health for Janna's health, you'll totally take that, because Janna has, like, 3 more pots than her, because she took biscuits as well. Yeah, no, definitely going Caitlyn Janna's favor so far early. Top lane, doesn't look like Ornn's really getting punished for not having any items whatsoever. So I guess he's, yeah, and then he just manages to get it crafted, so I guess it really didn't matter.
Jungles have taken some pretty similar routes here. Actually, they've taken identical routes, but Mumu is a little bit faster, and they'll encounter each other in the river.
Mumu is
Mumu is just dead here.
Yeah, that.
I don't see how he gets out of this.
Flashes, gets the shield from Ori, but does go down to Maokai. Ori should be able to kill Maokai here. And Mundo's faster on the roam. Orianna does get the kill, gets double buffs, gets out. And Mundo walks away too. This is really good for Mansberg. If he can push the double buff advantage, that's really huge.
It's really strange watching Amumu walk all the way up to the jungle entrance with only 300 health.
Well, I think that he expected Maokai to, well, no, he shouldn't have, but I think he did expect
He shouldn't
Maokai
have.
topside. Yeah, he should have seen that he didn't start topside, which would have instantly meant that Maokai was pathing top, but I guess he just wasn't expecting it. Maybe he was thinking that Maokai was like going for a gank top lane and lane or something, so he wouldn't be there, but yeah, definitely a misplay. You know that the Maokai's pathing topside, you should be expecting him to be on that scuttle.
And you gotta expect that he's got more health than you.
The Amumu just didn't buy anything.
Backed with no buy.
He definitely had money, he just didn't buy.
Didn't buy, and now having taken Grompy's or Krugs, he's back down to half health.
And he's also down XP because he's taking stuff without the full jungle life. That's really bad. That you should just recall. How much money does he have? He has 1,500 gold. He has enough for Bammy Cinder. I guess he's like 200 away from... If he takes Raptors, he gets Smite and Bammy Cinder, but like, why? And he's getting invaded on by Maokai because he walked onto the control ward.
Yeah, it's good on Maokai to take this away. Although
Yeah,
he's
that's,
quite pinched. The only saving grace here is that they don't know he's there. But he could get collapsed on quite hard. It's a scary situation to be in as a jungler.
If he goes
Maokai
for
doesn't
wolves,
have
that's way too
doesn't
greedy.
know.
You don't know where anyone... Yeah, that's way too greedy by the Maokai there. He's gonna get collapsed on, probably. Yeah, the bot lane's roaming up for it. Orianna's roaming to the side for it. Yeah, this is just a free kill, probably. Maokai doesn't have flash. He has the blast cone. I guess it's just gonna be a big fight. And it actually just... okay.
Wow, that did not go the way I thought it would go.
I mean, I guess Maokai just managed to regroup because of the blast cone, because Caitlyn just misplaced the trap. If she placed it a little bit more to the side, it would have stopped Maokai in a jump, and then it would have been a free kill. But because he regrouped with the team, Rakan was able to dash to him and then get a good knock-up.
Syndra's sitting on a ward here. We'll see if Mansford lets him back.
Yeah, big thing of note, though, Syndra went for the double Dorons, whereas Mansford got the early lost chapter. So Mansford actually has a really big gold lead, considering Delta just hasn't been using gold like efficiently. He's using it to try and get an advantage in lane, but he's just not going to because of the early kill.
Early kill and early double buffs. I mean, the buffs are gone now, but...
I mean, he didn't really get anything from the early double buffs, because you can see CS is still pretty even. So it's not like those doubles really did much. I mean,
Syndra did have the TP back to lane.
Oh, yeah, I guess. So you did manage to get the TP off. Okay, burn the Syndra flash in exchange for Orianna's ultimate. Orianna has to blow her barrier, however. Syndra ults
down and
Mumu, but doesn't get anything for it.
Nobody's worse to wear.
I mean, I guess everybody just walks out. Yeah.
Ults and summoners and...
Yeah, it's whatever.
Ults and summoners.
Yeah, and you can see because Maokai went Smite and Amumu went Bammy Cinder, despite them being even in farm, Amumu was actually... He will manage to level it out because he's taking this wave mid lane, but that's still, like, pretty bad. If he just got the Smite on his first back, he wouldn't be down XP. Ornn is going in top lane. Yeah, I think he just kills him. Yeah, just kills the Mundo. And it looks like the Mundo counter pick is not really working out. Mundo finishes Bammy Cinder. I mean, I would have just went, like, a Spectral Cowl. Their entire top side of the map is AP. Like, you have Syndra, Maokai, Ornn, and you're just building health. Like, you should definitely just go Magic Resist. I know the Bammy Cinder is nice for the damage and the wave clear, but I don't.
But
think
you don't need it with your need it with your immolate, and you can't proc the big burst on it.
And I'm not even like convinced that he's going to outpush Ornn with Bammy Cinder anyway.
I don't think so.
Yeah, so
I think the correct thing to go there is probably start your Spirit Visage.
Yeah, I mean, I think he still does get the AoE damage if he hits a cleaver, so I mean, at least there's that. Maybe he just wants the damage, but I don't think you win the trades against Ornn anyway.
I don't believe so, because it's labeled as an immobilizing ability.
Oh, I thought that slow still counted, unless it's like literally just making you completely unable to move. Because like a slow makes you immobile, right?
Makes you less mobile.
I just figured it was like stuff that tenacity affects.
That could be.
But I don't know. I guess we'll see. Watch for the next cleaver he throws and see if it procs. Amumu gets dragged. Goes in onto the bottom.
And does manage to ult the Lovers duo.
Doesn't look like either of them are going to go down, though. There's no follow-up. Mundo's running through everyone with 10 HP. And it looks like he's actually going to get out.
No, the Maokai ult.
Gets tagged by the Maokai ult. Syndra stun lands. Goes down to Ornn.
Looks like they're just going to try and take this turret. They've got 4 members on it.
That is a 3-for-1 for Shien, but they lose the dragon. I think they should be fine with that.
Yeah, they lose the dragon, but they get a ton of turret pressure down here. They've got 4 members.
They just outscale anyway, so... And their Ornn is just massive now. He's 3-0. He's going to finish Abyssal pretty quickly. He's sitting on 1,300 gold right now. So that's enough. It's not enough to fully complete, I don't think. I think he's about, like, 150 shy of fully completing. But he can finish shoes and get, like, whatever the cloak is, the Ned cloak, and just be really annoying for the Mundo. I really do hope that the Ornn just goes for the double Abyssal, because I think that at that point he just never dies again. Oh, he does finish Abyssal there. Yeah, okay, he's just huge. There's no way that anyone ever kills him now.
Looks like in response to that fight bot that the KP is going to start out the Herald and finish that up.
Part
so
of me unironically wants
pressure.
to see... I unironically want to see Bork Caitlyn. I don't think... I think that going crit Caitlyn just isn't going to do anything.
I think Bork Caitlyn wouldn't be awful.
Like, I feel like if you went like Bork Caitlyn and then went... Okay, so maybe you could like Infin RFC Bork and then go for just like another Zeal item, like maybe you go like PD. I don't know.
I like the PD, that keeps her alive a little bit longer.
Yeah,
and gives her the move speed.
I don't know. It's Manceric's probably... Oh, no, never mind. Syndra missed every ball, but she still got him. Yikes. Mansberg was just really greedy and didn't want to burn Flash when he should have flashed earlier.
Alkai's actually gone for Moby Boots, so he's all about running around the map and W-diving people under tower.
You thought the tree was there, but it was here. It was too fast.
Fastest tree I've ever seen.
And Mamundo is about to get dived.
That's right, we've got a 3-man dive brewing top lane. Mundo does have ult, and he's going to pop that early and just run away.
He manages to make it out of the Maokai ult, but not out of the Ornn ult. Maokai goes in on him, but he's not going to get anything. Yeah. Gets a grass proc and walks away. Speaking of which, how many grass procs? How many grass procs?
Not showing on the hotbar.
Okay, yeah, it appears as though Maokai has procced Grasp 5 times.
Oh, excellent.
And that is unironically 2 more than Mundo has. Which is really, really sad.
Amumu's got Herald down here for a push.
Wow,
It looks like they might wind up taking
bot
top
lane.
I was not. I'm taking a look at bot here.
Okay, I was
I like to see Amumu drop this Herald. There it goes.
Mansberg did his full on Ornn twice, including his ultimate, and Ornn just didn't care. He got hit by like 3 Mundo cleavers, just shrugged it off. His, like, oh god, this guy's never dying. He's gonna finish his Merc Treads, build another Abyssal if he's smart about it. Okay, so he goes for the Bammy Cinder, which is fair. It definitely helps him in the damage in the 1v1. But I do think that he shouldn't finish Sunfire. If he finishes Sunfire, I think it's a misplay. I give you just go 2 Abyssal Mass, you're getting more gold value.
So Caitlyn finishes up her Storm Razor and early boots. She's got a lot of gold on Xayah. She got all the plates off of that bot lane turret, including shared first tower gold. Dragon spawning. Nobody's doing a lot of... Nobody seems to be super excited about it. Maybe a collapse coming in from KP here. Maokai seems to be trying to contest a blue buff against 4 different people.
I think he just wanted to make it so that Amumu had to take it and couldn't give it away to Ori.
But Amumu didn't have to smite it.
I know, but like
Smite is available here.
I think the goal was to try and get Amumu to smite it. I mean, wasn't successful, but they did stop it from going on to the mid. Syndra misses the orb with E. That's whoops. Amumu misses Q. Good Ornn ult. Orianna just gets absolutely one shot. Ornn's just walking into the entire enemy team and not caring. Caitlyn does no damage.
Yeah, with only a Storm Razor at the moment.
Still alive. Walks away. Yike.
And they'll take Dragon off of that.
Yeah, that's yeah. Well.
It's interesting, if KP had pulled the trigger and tried to engage earlier, that would have got a lot better for them.
No, they tried, but Mumu missed Q.
No, I mean like 30 seconds earlier, instead of that big fight near the blue buff. It was a 4v2 there for quite a while, but they didn't have the vision in the river to know that it was a 4v2.
Yeah, I don't know. It just feels like the comp is just not there. The Mundo was picked to like counter the Ornn, or at least that's what I assume it was for, but like it's not. It didn't work, and now it's just not doing anything. And Ornn outscales it, so it just exists. The Mumu is building Leandries, but that means he's not really tanky enough to deal with anything. The Caitlyn does no damage whatsoever, and the Orianna's 2 behind. It's just,
The chase forced out Syndra TP. This is just going to turn into a collapse onto Mumu.
yeah, that Amumu's dead.
Syndra burns flash to try to get in on that kill, but Amumu flashes out.
Ornn misplayed that. He shouldn't have W'd. He should have just E'd for the knockup and then W'd after.
So we wound up going
Amumu enough time to flash
Syndra
out.
burned both summoners there for actually nothing.
Yeah, she has Spellbook though, so they're up faster, plus you can just replace them. I mean, it's still never good to just waste your flash, but I don't think it's that big of a deal. Maokai is going in on the mid lane, Orianna's dead. Janna might get out. Yeah,
out.
She gets out, but yeah. This just feels pretty over. You just get outscaled if you're KP at this point, and you're super behind.
Yeah, there's something like 3k gold behind here.
Yeah, I don't know what your comp's win condition is. Because you don't team fight better than the enemy composition, you don't have a split pusher, you don't out harass. I guess maybe in a world where you weren't this far behind, Caitlyn could harass them, but like, I don't know, just doesn't feel like it.
Well, so that becomes your win condition. That is getting Caitlyn the farm, getting Caitlyn the gold. You need to put her somewhere where she can free farm, and not put 4 people next to her while she's farming.
Hey man, she is getting all the farm, just none of the XP. Yeah, speaking of XP, Orianna's down 2 levels, Caitlyn's down 2 levels, Mundo's down a level. That's a yikes.
They're trying to make the Amumu ball play, but Amumu just can't find an in on the carries.
Even if he can, it's still rank 1 Orianna ult. Orianna's down 3 levels on Syndra. And yeah, they're just gonna get wiped. Okay, well, Amumu manages to get an ult. Orianna gets a 3-man shockwave. They get a kill, but I'm pretty sure they just lose the fight now. The Orianna shockwave just doesn't do enough damage. It's still rank 1. Nobody has any money. Zaya flashes out. Orin walks away. Ansem has no health, but he's just gonna walk away. Moon.
That was a win for KP there. They need to take that and then convert it to something.
Well, like, the sad thing is, that was like their ideal play. That would be the play that got them back into the game if Orianna was level 11. Like, so many of them got out on like 100, 200 HP, where if that was a rank 2 Ori shockwave, then they died. But it's not, because sending their Orianna with their Caitlyn, so they're sharing XP. Ori's getting none of the CS, and she's just so far behind. Ugh. Feel so bad. Okay, it does look like Ornn is going to finish the Sunfire Cape. It's definitely a misplay. Yeah, maybe he doesn't know that you can upgrade the same item if you just buy 2 of them, but yeah, if you buy 2 Abyssal Masks, they both upgrade, and then that's like 3,600 gold worth of stats, which is just so ideal into the enemy team you're into. Especially when the Caitlyn is building, like, double crit and isn't building a Last Whisper, you can finish that Sunfire Cape at any time. You don't need it to upgrade, you don't need that much armor.
After they start getting shoved out of their jungle a little bit. Caitlyn is getting the chance to get some solo farm mid. I like that. But at the cost of kind of a team fight in the jungle now, and she's not there to help out.
Ornn comes down, misses the Mundo, everybody walks away other than the Mumu who gets ignited. Oh, nope. He does manage to get out because Caitlyn pops heal. I mean, okay, so that's both of Caitlyn's sums. That's Mundo's flash, and in exchange, you lost Ornn flash, Rakan ignite.
And they buy themselves a dragon off that.
Yeah, I mean, you burned like a ton of flashes to get no kills, but you get the dragon, so I mean, I guess that's fine. I mean, I don't think that's a super worthwhile trade for you, but like, you're just scaling up anyway, so I guess having Infernal to help with the scale is fine. And Ornn has finished his Sunfire Cape. I'm interested to see what he goes now, because now that it doesn't upgrade, there's no reason to buy a second Abyssal. So I guess he's probably gonna go either adaptive because of Mundo Cleavers or Spear Visage. There's not very good AP itemization, which is why I say the double Abyssal is just so good, because it's like the only good MR item.
I think adaptive is the right call here.
Yeah, so it's like, but like getting a second adaptive isn't good if it doesn't upgrade, because that's the only thing that makes it like actually worthwhile, because doubling up on the passive doesn't do anything. Like the only reason that you would go double with adaptive is just because look at how much freaking health that Infernal Mask gives you. 750 health, 100 MR. Like, that's just so much. But I should stop harping on it, because what's done is done.
Like we're still sitting in an ARAM. Everybody kind of wants to be mid.
Yeah. I mean, KP's way back into this game is not having Orianna have to flash and Ornn, but you know, their way back in is getting a good team fight, and hopefully like getting another just absolutely killer Ori shockwave like what Mansford found earlier, except, you know, actually converting on it. Speaking of Mansford, he's dead.
It's kind of caught out there. The entire team started rotating tops when they saw Zaya.
Got tagged by an Ornn ultimate, and that was just it. It feels so bad for Mansford right now, because he's still down 3 whole levels in mid lane. He still doesn't have rank 2 with his ultimate. No one on KP has rank 2 ult. Everyone but Rakan on SS does. It's like, that's a yikes.
All kind of comes down to XP sharing. As soon as they send somebody to side, then Samurais is able to force the engage mid. So it kind of trains them that they can't split. when that's really what they need to be doing, is sending somebody to just get XP, but they're far enough behind now that that's not an option anymore.
Yeah, they really just need Ori to go clear that bot wave right now. They're so scared to send her over there. And now it's just going to be like half gone by the time she gets over there anyway. Yeah, looking at the XP, like, Ori's only halfway to 11. Like, not even all that close. Caitlyn is like an eighth of the way to 11. Mundo managed to just tick it. Amumu's closer to 11 than Sintra is, which is not what you want. It's, yeah, it's not the fun time. And as soon as that Amumu finishes, yeah, as soon as Amumu finishes that back, just flash engage onto the rest, and that's 3 kills, probably an inhib. Okay, Janet does manage to get out, but that's still probably inhib tower here. Actually, they don't have wave. I mean, it'll take 2 kills, I guess. Managed to have a 7k gold lead at 24. That's pretty good.
Orianna's here to help clearing vision. You really want to send her top. I don't want to see Mundo take that wave from her.
Yeah, she's still level 10. And it looks like they're giving the wave to Mundo. It's like... Yikes. She's just so weak. Yeah, hate to see it.
It's like we're going back to our original lane assignment. So she is going to take mid farm, and then Caitlyn's going to take bot. So we've kind of relaxed from that ARAM
she hits
mid.
level 11. Hallelujah. Only 2 levels down on Sintra now. She's only going to die for her trouble.
Level 11, but dies for it.
Yep. Oh no. Oh, this feels so bad. I mean, okay. Somebody in chat says Mundo isn't doing anything by grouping with his team and should just farm up to catch up. I mean, I disagree. If you're Mundo here, you need to be with the team because you're effectively the only front line since Amumu didn't go any tank stats. Well, actually, Mundo's not going tank stats either. Both of them are just going health, which is also a problem. There are a lot of problems. But no, I don't agree that Mundo going on the side lane would work. I think you just either get caught out on the side lane or they just leave him and engage on his team while he's not there. Let me look at the gold real quick. Yeah, okay. Mundo is down 4,000 gold on Ornn.
Just 4,000 according to the numbers, but remember the Ornn also still has his double upgrades.
Yeah, I know. So he's effectively down like about 7,000 gold.
7,000 gold.
Like, because Abyssal Mask is 1,800. I'd venture to guess that Sunfire Cape is probably a little bit more than 1,000. So yeah, it's probably about another 3k on top of it. Like, that is just so much money. Yeah, okay,
Teams trade junglers here.
Yeah, so SS trades their jungler for an inhib tower and a kill. So, I mean, I guess they got the shutdown gold for killing Maokai. So, they got an extra, like, 500 gold onto Caitlyn, but Caitlyn's building Infin anyway. She's not actually building anything to help kill the tanks. I mean, it's not like Last Whisper is going to be all that gold efficient anyway, because the tanks don't have armor. They have magic resist and health.
They're going to try for a Hail Mary. They're starting Baron here without their jungler.
That's all you can really do. But, like, the Ornn's going to one-shot all of them. Watch, he's just going to press R. Oh, okay, Mundo's dead. Mundo dies to Baron. Caitlyn maybe also died. Yeah, okay, they're all dead. Yep, that's a wonderful Ornn ultimate. Hits all 3 of them. Cinder doesn't quite kill the Janna because she pops Barrier, but she's probably going to catch the Ori. Yep, gets Ori. And now they're just going to take the Baron. Ornn has upgraded the Abyssal Mask with Maokai, and now the Infin on Xayah. Caitlyn finished her infin. Silver linings. Has all the DPS now, right?
Yeah. She has all the DPS, but I haven't seen that she's had the opportunity to use that yet.
I mean, she just bought the infin, but like even with infin, I don't think she actually kills anything. Like,
I don't either.
or just finished a war Mogs. How much health does this guy have? Orange sitting on 4,500 health. Yeah, okay, he's just not gonna die. 4,500 health. He's got 219 armor. He's got 253 magic resist. He's never gonna die this entire game. They get a catch onto Xayah. She flashes out. Still goes down.
Big shutdown, but it goes to a Mumu.
Yeah, it goes to a Mumu. That's not where you want that.
Who's gonna promptly die.
Orin ults. Yeah, Mumu's dead. Or Khan picks that one up, but who cares? Looks like they're also gonna pick up Mundo. Maybe. No, they stopped chasing. Or do they? Maokai hops in on him, and Rakan hops in on him, and he just walks out. I mean, I guess Mundo finished Warmogs, so there's that. He's got 3k health. The Warmogs passive does tick up. He's still not tanky in the slightest. He only has 200 less armor and MR than Ornn. God, this is just... Just look at the CS this game. Mundo has 100 CS at 30 minutes. Orion has 150 at 30. Like, the CS isn't by any means stellar for SS either, because they've just been team fighting, but like, when you're losing all the fights and not getting any minions, you just have nothing. Well, I think this is probably game.
Looks like it might be it. Yeah, we've got 4 members pushing in with Baron.
Yeah,
right now it's a 5v4 at the Nexus. 1 tower down.
Yeah, they just
Second
all
tower
Caitlyn have to run away, and yeah, they just take both the towers while Caitlyn's stuck in base. Oriana gets the ball on the Mumu.
Knock up onto both carries.
Mumu's dead. Ornn gets a knock up onto Caitlyn. Caitlyn's dead.
And that will be it.
Oriana probably dies. Oh, nope, they end the game before Ornn gets a double kill W. Yeah, that was not even close. Yikes.
Interesting, a series of drafts on both sides here.
Yeah.
Or a series of mistaken drafts on both sides here.
Yeah. Oh, you just can't pick Caitlyn into that team. Caitlyn just doesn't do any damage to tanks, and you already see how tanky that team is. There's just no way you ever kill them.
Maokai actually came out with top damage in that game.
I'd believe it.
Impressive. I was expecting it to be Ornn.
Yeah, no. Maokai has top damage, followed by Ornn. Syndra after that. Yeah, no, that's too surprising. Let me look at the mitigated damage real quick. Yeah, self-mitigated damage, 48,000 for Ornn, 25,000 for Mundo, or for Maokai. Yeah, that's some beefy front lines. Oof.
Oofta. The big oof.
Appears as though Ansem has invited himself in.
Yep. I was invited by Amo, but it's okay.
Well, I wasn't told, so.
Oh, I wasn't told either, but that's okay. You can come in. Welcome. Congratulations on your win. This is semifinals, first round. What do you think? Game 1, what do you think? Game 2, what do you think? Game 3, what do you think? One sentence on each.
Okay. Game 1, why'd you give me Nautilus? Game 2, we really got to stop doing troll drafts. Game 3, they weren't ready for the Zyricon.
Okay.
That is not what I would have used to describe Game 3 or 1, but Game 2 seemed about right.
I mean, Game 3 was, why are all the tanks getting the kills?
Game 3 was, why did you pick Mundo into Ornn? That was the sus one. Like, you guys trolled draft game 2 when you last picked Shaco, but then they just like threw it back to you with the Caitlyn pick in game 3. I don't know. That was a bit of a yikes for me.
Yeah,
So
no,
what was
because
the thought behind Shaco?
my jungler wanted it.
Okay.
that was the thought process on it. Because so he didn't know that he went lethal tempo until after he got into his first skirmish in game 1, and then he still popped off. So we're like, okay, I guess we go Shaco. And then we had no idea what we were doing for draft for game 2 because it's like, I want to play this, I want to play that. So we
Shaco Papega.
so when we don't troll draft like that, we haven't lost. When we have troll draft like that, we have lost. So the lesson learned is don't troll draft.
All right, everybody out there, everybody listening here at home, you heard it here. Don't troll your drafts, win your games. It's that easy. It's that easy. All you have to do.
It's that easy. So what other questions do you have for me?
How long have you been playing in the league?
I'm pretty sure he was here from the beginning, right?
I mean, I am the founder of this Discord, so
Yep.
Okay. So this is season 3. Then did you play with people when they were with Vantage?
yes.
Okay.
So that's where a bunch of us knew each other from. Nobody on my team. Oh no, Butterfreelo. He was part of Vantage, and so was Amo.
Yeah, I came over with Miner and Amo from a season advantage about a year ago.
No, but I gotta give a shout out to my 80 carry Slattery for actually like coming in and helping us, have an 80 carry.
Have an 80 carry.
Because
I was gonna
originally,
ask like where Electro went.
so he is in his senior year of high school, so he has to focus on getting into college, even though he was already accepted from what I heard. So I'm not sure why, but he had to focus on that. So we were frantic figuring out how we could get any 80 carry, and all the people that were offering were like people that were role swapping to 80 carry.
That's a hard thing to have to swallow in a playoff match.
So my 80 carry. Well, no. So this was at the very beginning of the season.
Okay.
And I asked my IRL friend Slattery here to be my AD, and at first it was like just until we could find a new 80 carry that's more permanent, and then he became the permanent. And he's been grinding solo queue as much as he detests the people in it. As we all do. Like everybody in solo queue is trash.
Can confirm.
Yep. But he actually has been grinding it a lot and trying to play all these different 80 carries. We find out which are good, which are not. Kog'Maw, though it could have worked, not with the comp that we had created.
That was our assessment as well.
Yeah, we were kind of just flaming the Shaco pick the entire game. Yeah, so or at least I was. I don't know. I was way more aggressive about it.
then at Butterfreelo about that one then.
Well, I was like on board with the draft before that because I was like, oh, you can just like KL speed buff the Kog'Maw and give him Black Shield, and then they can't really engage on him because you can just like run around in circles with Bork active. And then I saw what you last picked. I'm like, never mind. There's no front line. This orange is gonna walk at you.
Yeah.
Vagar just presses Spooky Ghost and somebody's dead. Like, all right, well, game 3, here we come.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's good, though. It was our first game 3, we think.
I think it was for stream teams. Yeah, I think it was.
Was there one of the series yesterday that ran to 3? Do you know?
I know that ours didn't.
No. The one on stream did not.
The one that wasn't on stream did not, or at least one of the ones that wasn't streamed didn't.
Yeah. So
thank you for giving us a game 3 with Shaco.
Yeah. Well.
You see that was just your version of running into well to get a Swain pentakill.
Yeah. But it didn't. but it also didn't force us to game 5. But that's because there wasn't a game 5. So, but
okay,
yeah,
so-
next week we're still waiting to see who the result is for the other semifinal match for Piltover between this team and Ravenous Kumquats. I personally want to go against Ravenous Kumquats, not because they're the weaker team or because they're the better team, but because their support thinks that they're better than me.
See, I really want you to make it back to Shurima so that I can play against you and prove that I'm still better than you.
Well, you couldn't prove it the first time
Well,
anyways.
yes, I'm
'cause-
aware because we got DQ'd. I'm well aware. But I'm not the one who got dropped out of Shurima now, am I?
I mean,
those
I'm
are,
right
those
where
are fighting
Shurima
words.
was, but whatever.
Well,
I'm
I
planning
hope
to
you.
go to Ionia, so it's whatever.
Yeah,
dude.
alright, but
We're all planning to go to Ionia. We're all planning to go to Ionia. Well, I hope you don't play against RK. I'm looking forward to playing that match on Tuesday, and I'm hoping to see you guys in the finals.
Yeah, nothing against you guys, because like, well, yes, for those who didn't get to spectate it, game 1 was a total fiesta because they all died 5-0 in a failed invade, and then game 2 was a fiesta because we tried to make a shitty Master Yi carry comp and it didn't work out.
Yeah, I feel like neither of those were real games, and I'd like to play a real one.
So,
But we'll see how
yeah.
Tuesday goes.
Yep, match to watch.
Well, congratulations once again. Do you have anything you want to wrap up with?
Koite is an underrated top laner. Bet.
Korte popped off game 1. Not gonna lie, that Camille was disgusting.
Yep. Yeah, no, not gonna lie, Koite is highly underrated top laner. Like, the fact that he's down here in Piltover is actually atrocious.
Yeah, man. You need to make it back to Shurima so that he can get
No, we're going to Ionia.
dumpstered.
We're skipping We're skipping Piltover, skipping Shurima, we're going straight to Ionia.
I mean, good luck with that one, I guess.
Yep. Alright. But yeah, that's all for me.
All right, sounds good. Do we have any more matches today? I think not. This is final of the day.
No, I think there's one at 9, but I don't know if it's being streamed or not.
Yeah, actually we do. Team
Yes.
Renegatus versus the Blood Oath Knights.
Kings, not knights, kings.
Kings. I'm sorry, that got cut off on my calendar. So yeah, Noxus Division tonight at 9 Eastern. So we'll be back online here in a little bit.
An hour and a half.
Oh, are you streaming that one?
Nope.
Oh, we have
Thank God.
we have Autumn, Riven, and Amos that just signed up for that one. Okay, so we'll see you back here, everybody, in about an hour and a half.